We are live. You know what time
Yeah.
it is. Sports, man. You kidding me? Taking
Lord have
perspective, expected,
mercy.
so accepted.
Help me, Lord. I'm so sorry. I'm listening.
Dom dropping to my left or your right, depending on how you're watching this. Below me is all ball pause. All we live, flee.
In the building. Let's go.
Yes, yes. Let's go. Let's get started. We got some things to talk about.
Some things. The one thing, the in-season tournament has ended. The NBA Cup has been established. The winner has been established. The Los Angeles Lakers win the first annual in-season tournament. They won the NBA Cup. LeBron James is the in-season tournament MVP.
Yes.
Something that Michael Jordan could never do, as All Ball eloquently put together earlier today.
Remember when Mike did that? He did the
5 of them, man.
5 rings, baby. Let's go.
Yo.
Another MVP under his belt.
Yes. Oh my God. Yo.
Keep it going, honestly.
This is
The
insane.
champagne was flowing. The champagne was
Hip
flowing.
hop bottles, right? Oh shit.
Crazy. Hey, but
They
that,
had goggles.
the league, I can't believe the league provided all that for them. It's not a
Please,
Lakers.
they dropped confetti, man.
The league,
Nah, but
the
they
league went all out for this shit.
bottles back there. They had goggles on in December.
Listen.
Oh boy, let's start this off. What do you think? What did you think about the ceremony, the celebration, the parade they were about to throw on the Vegas Strip?
Ricky G
Oh,
said
what
he's
do you
going to
think
LA next week and he was going to catch the aftermath of the parade.
Oh, all right. So I'm gonna try to be serious for a moment. I'm gonna try. I'm a little disappointed. This is gonna sound like hate.
Because you're a hater.
Flea, mind your business.
My bad. Now I gotta
Please.
Let him cook.
I'm a little disappointed in LeBron. Let me explain why. If people can understand what I'm about to say. I don't mind the young players celebrating like that. I have a problem with LeBron doing all of that. Just being honest with you. 21 years in, he's considered the GOAT to many. You know damn well this don't mean jack shit. Excuse my language. So for you to be doing all that, it just goes to show you the competitiveness he doesn't have. Is he a great player? Yes, that's 2 different conversations. But I have a problem with him celebrating how he did. Because in no actuality, my brother Flea said it. This shit is a regular game. It wasn't a series. It was nothing but a regular game. So in all seriousness, I have a problem with the NBA doing this, the celebration. Now, it shouldn't have been no confetti drop and it shouldn't have been no popping bottles in the locker room. I don't mind while you on the floor, you win, you have the guys talking. LeBron gives his speech as far as being the MVP for that moment, winning the in-season tournament. Hey, this is the first one ever. All right, I understand that. But to treat this like this was a championship, and then for people to actually act like this is a championship, him being a veteran, the 21-year guy, the GOAT, this and that, I'm being honest with you, I have a problem with that. It just goes to show you he's a master. His mastermind game is legendary. If the Lakers don't win this year, I guarantee you know what people gonna say? He won the in-season tournament.
Oh my God. Really?
Watch. And I'm gonna say this. People think I'm joking, but I'm serious. LeBron James can win 2 championships in 1 season.
No, he can't.
No.
All right. I'm just
LeBron
trying to tell
James is
y'all.
going to be the first superstar legend in NBA history to win back-to-back championships in 4 months.
No.
What do you mean?
This is insane. This is insane.
2 MVPs in 1 year.
I see. I'm trying to be serious, Flea. Y'all making me joke. So I'm gonna leave it like this. The Lakers look better than what I thought. Can they keep it up? I don't know. LeBron James is playing great basketball. All jokes aside, I don't like the Anthony Davis slander. Where's it at now? Great game last night. Everybody's always saying get rid of AD. He street closed this, and that. Where's his props at when he deserves it? But to answer the initial question, I'm gonna leave it like this. I do have a problem with the NBA celebrating that in-season tournament. They did way too much, and LeBron, being who he is, fed right into it. And it made him look, to me, it just looked weird. I'm being honest with you. Them doing all that, him saying, "Oh, you guys ain't never have this," bruh. You telling guys they never did this before, right? That's not an NBA Finals, bro. So for me, I have a problem with it, but that's who I am. It is what it is. Please, y'all thoughts.
Flea, go right. Go just shoot
Fifth
right back. 'Cause
title, man.
You're itching.
Uh,
Five.
I got a couple thoughts on it. First of all, like I said in the beginning, I always thought the in-season tournament was dope. It was just a lot of competitive basketball. It put guys in a position to have something to play for early in the season. I always say, like, around this time of the year, if you're not a diehard NBA fan, you probably are not watching NBA basketball, until after Christmas. Christmas is usually the point in when people usually start watching games and get invested into the league. This was cool to watch and it only be 20 games into the season. I don't know if I have a problem with the celebration per se, because at the end of the day, you was winning something. You was winning like an extra 500,000. That's what the goal was. You was going to win something. So whoever won, they was gonna show them love. If it wasn't the Lakers and Indiana did, they was gonna pop bottles too, and it was gonna be a celebration. And Tyrese Halliburton was gonna be the MVP, and you know what I'm saying, that was gonna be. They would have considered that his coming out party, right? If we switch it up a little bit. So what I'm saying is that celebration was gonna happen regardless of who it was. It just so happened to be LeBron, and that's a tough spot for all ball to understand. You know what I mean? To understand, it's a tough spot to be in. I get it. The Lakers win the first one. I thought Anthony Davis was great last night. I thought 40 and 20 and 5. Like, I thought he was great last night. I don't think we don't forget to give Anthony Davis props, but I think he's not consistent enough for us to do that. So yeah, the Anthony Davis slander is not right now, but there's been plenty of that. It's the quarter of the season. It's a nice sample size. Everybody's played at least 20 to 21 games already. How consistent has he been? He's looked great defensively, but some nights you can't find him on the offensive end, or some nights you can't find him in the second half of the game. So it's tough to act like he does 40 and 20. You capable of that. That's what pisses people off, is that you're capable of being that on a night in, night out basis. Can't nobody stop you. So why can't you produce like on that kind of level against everybody, not just Miles Turner, right? Go give Joel that. Go give Jokic that. You know what I'm saying? Go give those, all of those guys take every night personal. So last thing for me, I think it was cool for the NBA to do this. I think this is a huge business move. You got to remember right now, everybody is usually paying attention to the NFL. Again, nobody pays attention to the NBA during this time. So for the first 20 games of the season, for people to be locked in on the NBA and bring some attention away from the NFL. NFL is still the biggest sport in the world. I mean, in our country. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was pretty cool to like try to drive some eyes towards what's going on in the NBA, early on in the season.
Don, what you think? What did you think of the celebration and in-season tournament?
I think the in-season tournament. I think the in-season tournament was a success, just like Flea said. I echo all those statements. I was a little bit, on the side of what's Adam Silver doing. He's trying to make this too much like soccer, which I still somewhat believe, but this was a success. Of course, the Lakers had to be the one to win another kind of tournament that Adam Silver put on in a neutral location. It gave me so much reminiscence of the bubble, but credit to the Lakers. They earned it. LeBron and AD played really well. And more than anything, as far as the celebration, let me just say this. I was surprised that the league provided all that. But we see what Adam Silver wants to do. He wants to make it seem bigger than it actually is, so dudes play even harder next year, and then he builds some tradition with it. So that's the goal. As far as what All Ball said, I think there's plenty of moments in LeBron's career where you can say that's a lack of competitiveness for a player of his stature. but I don't think celebrating with the team is like what he's supposed to do, be doom and gloom or be like, hey, I think he should, I really am a big believer, even if with the GOATs like LeBron and Kobe and all them, that when you win things, you should be happy for yourself. You put in a lot of work. It's you lose and you're hard on yourself. Someone like Kobe is LeBron. You guys are hard on themselves when they lose. You should, get it happy for yourself when you win. So I don't really have a problem with their celebration if the league provided all that. Did it look cringy? Absolutely. There's popping bottles in December. There's no doubt. I mean, of course. But see, like, if it was the Pacers, I think they could have gotten clowned even a little bit more. But like, I don't think anyone really cares to clown the Pacers. But they would have been like, they're acting like it's a championship because the Pacers have not won since the ABA. So They would go nuts. If the Clippers hypothetically won it, oh my God, they would have clowned us. The Clippers think they won a real ring. Same with the Knicks. But, you're going to say something on ball?
Yes, can I ask y'all something real quick? I'm sorry just to cut you off, but let me interject just real quick. If the Pacers would have won and they did that, I'm going to tell you why I wouldn't have a problem. They young. This generation, remember, they want the money. I get it. I'm saying, y'all telling me if a Larry Bird, a Magic, a Bill Russell, a Wilt, a Mike, a Kobe, you telling me we know what the big picture is. I'm not saying don't celebrate, but don't act like you really won a championship. Hey, fellas, this was a great win.
I don't think he did.
I don't. Go ahead, Dom. I'm sorry.
If you look at the celebration, I was very curious about this. When the buzzer sounded, they didn't really storm the court like that. LeBron just put his hat on, and he was pretty like chill. Like he did not go nuts. I mean, remember when they won the bubble championship? AD and LeBron had like the longest embrace and the biggest smiles on their faces. AD was tearing up. It was a different level. And when LeBron went in Cleveland, we all remember his celebration then. So I don't think he celebrated like they won a ring, all ball.
I just don't think that if there was a short-term goal in front of Kobe Bryant and they said this is an in-season tournament and you have the opportunity to win this means I don't think he would take that lightly. I don't think Mike would take it lightly. This is an opportunity to compete. I don't think those guys would just step into this and just say, all right, this is nothing. This is not an NBA championship. They understand the big goal, but they understand that there's a short-term goal right here, and I could be recognized as a winner. Fuck everything else. I'm gonna be at the end of the day a winner. Yeah, I'm gonna take this seriously. I mean, the $500,000 for a guy like Braun, a guy like Bean, a guy like Mike, $500,000 is whatever. That's
right,
change.
Right.
But to be looked at as a winner, if you consider those guys competitive guys, I think all three of those guys, we're just talking about all three of those guys, even Magic, even, Bird. I think if they was put in front of them, we go out to the Olympics, 92 Olympics. This is a short-term goal. We want to win. And all of those guys took that shit seriously, so I don't know. I think all of those guys would compete, in a position like that.
It absolutely sucks that we can't hear. I would love to hear Kobe's opinion on this tournament since he's a big soccer guy as well. So he would have been a good perspective to hear what he thought about it. But anyway, as far as the game though, the Lakers more than anything, if I'm a Laker fan, it's not about being happy you win this tournament, but the way that they're trending right now. Since Vanderbilt has come back, their defense looks a lot better. Like now you're starting to see what they kind of wanted to put together this year, which was a lot of size, a lot of big forwards. And Anthony Davis, man, I still stand by it. Every time the stakes get higher, he's the best defender in basketball to me. Because I think the other person
he was good last night.
I mean, he takes two players away at once, in pick and roll situations. He's an amazing rim protector. And I think the edge with him and Gobert, because right now I know Gobert, and we'll probably talk about Minnesota a little bit later in the episode, is playing really well. And Gobert's the front runner in terms of like the leaderboards for Defensive Player of the Year. But why I give AD the edge is I don't think Gobert is as bad on the perimeter as people think, but AD's like legitimately good at it. He might not be as good as Bam on that end, but if you put two together, defending in the pick and roll, protecting the rim, and guarding 1 through 5, Anthony Davis is one of the guys that really does it, and he looked like he was possessed last night. Like just when I was about to say, okay, LeBron's kind of taking the lead as the best part of the Lakers this year with that performance against New Orleans, AD comes back. Not to say LeBron wasn't good last night. He was good too. But AD was, I mean, that was a Shaq stat line right there. 40, 20, a couple of blocks, and just his body language. He was not settling. He was going straight to the rim. Miles Turner, who's supposed to be one of the best rim protectors in the league, was struggling. And then I also got to give shout out to D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves. I think they've been playing a lot better lately, especially D'Angelo Russell. He was really solid. And we know when he plays well, makes a huge difference for the Lakers. So I'm actually getting a little bit worried as a Clipper fan that the Lakers are looking this good. I don't want them anywhere near winning the championship anymore because it's annoying for me. And then LeBron fans, you know how they're going to be. I don't want them to win, straight up. But I got to be fair, and I think they're looking really good right now. LeBron's look like he's gone back 3 years. I don't know how that's possible. It's just truly a specimen. And Anthony Davis, when he's locked in like that, is a beast. So those are my thoughts on the Lakers. And then as far as Indiana, exactly what I was telling Fabian. I don't know if it was on the record or off the record. They have one star player. They blitzed him all night long in the pick and roll. Forces other guys to make plays. They are no more than a first-round team this season. But once Halliburton gets paired up with another star, they'll be cooking in Indiana because the guy is a really special player. But the Lakers did a great job on him. And before I pass it on to Fabian, big shout-out to Cam Reddish for the way he's been defending people lately at the point of attack. He is starting to look like a real NBA player. Unfortunately for the Knicks, Blazers, and Atlanta Hawks, he has found his role with the Lakers. And I got to give LeBron some credit because I think he's actually helped him.
He was infusing confidence in that kid.
Which is dope because he just to be bouncing around like that, and you know, you're on the Lakers, you're on a
the best team
sort of platform. Oh, the best team,
Not even close.
Two best talents he's ever played. Yeah, you can't get better than that in the league. I think everything y'all was saying, I think both things are true. Like that, LeBron looks silly. Like he just did. I don't know. We can't argue this, bro. He had goggles on in December, and it's not the bubble. Like
he wanted to burn his eyes.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I can't imagine Larry Bird left the jacket on during a 3-point competition. That's just like the coolest. It's an exhibition, doesn't count. And he showed you how to do it. But LeBron, he's just a goofy dude. You know, no disrespect to him. He's just silly. And it's just, I don't know. It was just funny. But I do agree with you, Flea. Like, that's what I wanted to ask you in particular. This year so far, to me, the team that looked the best out of anybody is Denver healthy with Jamal Murray healthy. Minnesota Timberwolves look like the best team in the league when they're all cylinders. And now the Lakers, they're up there. Those are the three teams I've seen that I've been impressed with. Like the Celtics, they're good, but they're flawed. I don't believe in them. The Lakers have championship experience. They won before with these two guys. They look scary to me. Like I was looking up the numbers throughout the season. They're seventh in the league in defensive rating, but the last 10 games, they're second. The last 3 games with Vanderbilt came back, they're first in the league, and it's by a crazy margin, like 94 rated. And it's
I'm
10
not surprised. I'm not
surprised
by that. I'm not surprised by that at all.
And to your point, Vanderbilt, I thought would be even more impressive last year from Minnesota. I thought it was crazy that Minnesota traded him, but now you see why. He's going to be an impressive piece for the Lakers. And Anthony Davis is just. I had to look this up. He's shooting the most shots from close range in his whole career. 42% of his shots are coming from 0 to 3 feet, and he's shooting a little less than before. But now you're seeing he's putting more emphasis on being a center. Everything that he just shot away from,
which he doesn't want to play. Which he doesn't want to
play.
Yeah,
you know why it is too, Fabian, though, is because he has no jumper really anymore. Like straight up, he does not hit. Every team allows him to do it.
He was confident last night, Dom. Like there was a couple shots in the
game. What's he shooting on the season?
Right, but if he could just put those together, like just put those together, like if get re-confident in that jump shot because he looked like he was killing Miles Turner yesterday. Miles had nothing for him yesterday.
Can I say something? Always gonna play devil's advocate. Yeah, I'm a hater of LeBron. I'm a hater of the Lakers because I'm a diehard Knicks fan, and I remember everything. I forget nothing. Is the Lakers as good by default? Can I hold on? Can I briefly just be quick? The Clippers turmoil as far as what's going on with Westbrook, interjecting Harden. The Pelicans with their injuries. You know the injury, right? Zion Williamson. Did y'all see him the other day?
It was terrible. He was getting roasted too.
That uniform looked like, come on, man. That uniform looked like it was going to bust off from paws like the Hulk.
You saw what Stephen A. Smith say? He said he was breathing at the rim, at the free throw line. He said his belly was moving. I was like, that's crazy.
You
have
see
a
what
better.
the report
20
though?
years
After
younger
the
than
next day,
that what?
that report the next day that like people within the organization are saying he's not eating right and stuff like that. Like, this is terrible to come out. And I also follow Willie Green's cousin. He's a Clipper fan on Twitter. And he was saying, if only y'all knew. So I know that implies that the organization, maybe even Willie Green, is upset with him.
So
I mean,
so
the dude is gross.
okay.
The dude is grossly out of shape. Not like a little out of shape. He's grossly out of shape for for a professional athlete. Grossly out of shape.
So just and I'll pass it back to Fabian. I'm saying I'm not gonna put a damp on what the Lakers are doing. They're playing way better than I thought. I have to give them props. But if we want to be honest, Pelicans healthy, people had them being one of the best teams in the West. It's obvious they have problems. The Clippers, like I said, fully healthy, championship contention, but we know what's going on with that. And then look at Golden State with Clay just being horrific, which is one of my favorite players, but I can't I cannot back him up on that. He's terrible. So, Lakers is definitely playing great at the right time. I just think, and I could be wrong, and later on in the season, if I'm wrong, I'll come up here and tell y'all. But as of right now, I think it's a little bit by default because there's a lot of teams that's better than them, but they have a lot of internal problems.
There are not a lot of
I
teams that are better than
disagree.
them because for
Yeah,
this simple
exactly.
fact, I agree with you that, what I think I'm realizing is the same thing I realized last year. The West has the most parity I've seen in my life. There's a lot of good teams, but there's few really great teams, like really great teams. But the Lakers, because of what Fabian said, the championship pedigree and all this, and look at their defensive personnel, man. And plus, they have two things that a lot of people don't have. They have two guys that are top 10 caliber players, like in the whole league. And yesterday, as good as Tyrese Halliburton is, he looked like the third best player on the court. And that's hard to overcome, So that's my last word on the Lakers. You mentioned, go ahead, Flea.
No, it's a fact though. I just think, that on any given night, they can have two of the top 10 best players in the league on the floor. And it's not even close. Like if LeBron James is playing at an elite level and Anthony Davis is coming out giving you not saying replicating 40 and 20, but a game like that, there's nothing, and he's defending the way he is. There's nothing you could do about them. Like, and all of those guys are playing at an elite level at their role. Dom just said something about D'Angelo Russell. He's been playing well the first 20 games of the season. Been playing well, not overdoing it, not over dribbling, not overshooting, not turning it over as much as he's usually doing. So guys are playing in their role. Everybody thought Austin Reeves, first couple games, Austin Reeves wasn't hot. Now, every time he comes off the bench, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. So that I hear what you're saying too, but I also feel like they're putting themselves up there with the teams that are really good, like Minnesota, like Phoenix.
I don't hear what he's saying. I don't hear what he's saying. They outclass Phoenix. Like I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. They outclass Phoenix.
Phoenix, it's just so hard to judge Phoenix because of Beal.
Thank you.
But let me ask you this,
no. They don't look. Phoenix can't even get on the court, right? You say by default, but I'm saying even at their best, but from whatever we've seen, the best of the Nuggets, the best of the Timberwolves, best of the Lakers. I don't know which is a better team out of those three right now. Everybody else is playing for second place compared to those three teams, and they're all out west. The Celtics do not look that good to me. Not this good. Only this, to me, the Sixers have played close to that when they had Oubre in there. But the Lakers, no, this looks amazing. Amazing. They get to pick Halliburton. We're going to take you out of the game. You're done. Whoever we want to. That kind of defense, you can't replicate that. You can only have certain players in the league who can have that IQ. To your point, Flea, Anthony Davis and LeBron James have high level IQ. Every team doesn't have two superstars like that. The Clippers, even fully healthy, I don't see this out of them. I don't see a best team in the league standing coming from them.
But I will say this from what Tu says all the time, and what we all know. If Anthony Davis doesn't play at a high level, they look like shit. Like they look like a completely different team, though. That's a team that can get swept in a playoff series. If Anthony Davis is not playing at an elite level, we saw that you could get them out of here 4 straight games. So what I'm saying is there's always a caveat to this. And what's happening right now is we're seeing Anthony Davis play at a high level for a fairly consistent amount of time. So you could see what the Lakers could really be. But it's been proven, unless he shows us something different. he goes up and down, and we don't know what you're going to get from him in a night in, night out basis. He could give you 20 plus in the first half and go 0 for 9 in the second half. And because he's not playing well on the offensive end, sometimes that deters him from being good defensively, right? I've seen him not give the same effort on the defensive end because his shot is not falling. He can't be that. Like, if your shot is not falling, you still got to be the dog that you are, protecting the rim and being able, to orchestrate that defense. So, the Lakers are going to take them, my opinion. The Lakers are going to go as far as Anthony Davis. So, Braun is going to do what Braun does. I think he's shown that already.
Yo, before we move on to the next topic, Albo, I have a question. How many teams do you actually think are better than the Lakers, like if everyone's fully healthy, and like that are more dangerous in the playoffs? In the West only.
In the West, the Pelicans.
Really? With their lack of experience, they're more dangerous than the Lakers?
Yes. Yeah. The Pelicans. And you know what? You know what's crazy? Fabian shaking his head. Last year, some people had the Pelicans being one of the best teams in the West.
They are.
Yeah,
that is
right,
true.
They still are personnel wise.
Yeah, but you're shaking your head
because,
like if I'm saying something crazy.
What's their excuse the other day?
But
everybody
their
was
best
there.
player is fat.
What's their excuse? Thank you. What are you talking about?
Brandon Ingram. The two best players are on the Lakers side, and they're more experienced.
Right. Exactly.
Once again, the Pelicans, the Clippers.
Okay, that's
the Phoenix Suns and the Denver Nuggets.
Okay, so just the only one that's really outlandish to me is the Pelicans. The Suns, we have to see them play, even though I take the Lakers, but I'm not going to say you're wrong because we have to see the product. Clippers, that's a good segue into the Clippers because we're trending in the right direction now. And then Denver, I'm not going to even push back, of course. But
no Timberwolves? You had the Pelicans better than the Timberwolves all healthy right now?
If the Pelicans is healthy, meaning Zion is playing at the high level we know he could play at, yes. Yes.
Okay, because the pushback I got to give with that is even Zion at his healthiest, he's still not going to get into shape. I don't trust him. That's my thing with Zion and just the Pelicans in general. I like Brandon Ingram.
No.
I don't trust you to give me a 7-game series yet. You haven't proved.
But this is hypothetically. Remember, it ain't about trusting. I'm saying we're just hoping and guessing. So I'm saying if the Pelicans was fully healthy and everybody was how it's supposed to be, I think the Pelicans is better than Minnesota. But of course, the problem.
Talent-wise,
the way this is trending, though, we could get to almost 8 years later and look back and realize we only saw one good year of Zion Williamson.
True.
Yeah, bro.
The way it's trending, like he had one All-Star year, right? And that's what really you can hold on to think that if they're fully healthy and he's playing at a high level, they could be really good. But there's about to be multiple years where you see that this. I'm so sick of talking about this dude and him not being in shape. Shit pisses me off.
Before we go to the next topic, just remember I said this, so if it comes out, I've been saying this. I think I don't think it's right, but I think he's doing what he's doing on purpose. He wants to get out of there. And everybody's not built for move me. Pause. Like how Carmelo Anthony basically forced Denver. A lot of guys ain't meant for that. Look how long it took Dame Lillard. I think Zion is purposely doing this, and wherever he goes, where he wants to go, he's going to get in tip-top shape and be the player we think he's going to be. I really think he's doing this on purpose. I really think that. Yes.
I have a question for the panel. If that is the case, right, too, he's doing this to get out of there. If that is the case, if you are, let's say it's Golden State, just hypothetically, just the team, let's say it's Golden State, and you're Kerr and Joe Lacob, the owner, and all of that. How do you trust a guy like that who's behaved like that for multiple seasons? We've seen that he lacks in conditioning, he lacks in his diet, he lacks really in just straight discipline. His discipline has to be called into question right now because he can't get into shape and he can't keep the weight off. Like, that's just flat out discipline. So if you're looking at a guy like that, how do you invest? Fuck them. Would you invest in a guy like that, knowing that there is a possibility he could do the same thing? Just a flat out question.
Okay, I'll be quick. For one, I'm gonna just give you one quick example. Charles Barkley did this before. Let's not forget. Like this hasn't been done before, right?
I'm glad you
I'm
brought
just
that
say
up.
that.
When did Barkley do this?
He did it. He did it
when
in
he got
the draft.
drafted by He
He did it in the
got
draft.
drafted.
with Philly.
And he,
Yeah.
right, and
But
he
he
purposely
had to get in shape. Moses
Look.
Malone had to whip that ass.
right. But what I'm saying is, and I answer your question. For one, let's not act like we haven't seen this before. I'm not saying this rightfully,
Okay.
but let's not act like. And then two, if I'm Golden State or any other place, we know that it's entertainment and it's about this.
Right.
Wherever that young man goes, the money is going to be generated because people are going to want to see whether it's going to work or not. To me, the risk is worth the reward. I'm doing it because the other side of the coin, if he goes somewhere and he goes all in, bro, you got a top 5 player in the league. So I think it's worth it.
Top
He
5.
hasn't done
Yeah.
enough. He
No.
hasn't built up enough equity. Like Dom, if you're a bomber, right? Do you take the chance on that? Like
You're talking to a guy that just took a chance on James Harden, who has his own.
you talking about a guy that took a chance on Kawhi Leonard. Keep it real. Like, but
That I'm taking that chance though. He won a
but you
championship.
take that right, but you take that chance because he's a 2-time Finals MVP. He's won championships. He's a Defensive Player of the Year award. Like his cachet has that level of right. But you take a chance on a guy that's a one-time All-Star, has had just a name, really. His just name is this big. He ain't done shit. Let's keep it real about this.
He's shown signs of being a potential great player. It depends on how desperate my team is.
That kid ain't done shit yet.
Is he gonna sell out tickets?
I don't know. He could eat himself out the league too.
No. I'm not. No.
This thing is cool.
No. I agree. What I'm saying is let's stay right here. Let's just stay right here. Wherever he goes, is he gonna sell out tickets?
Maybe. I don't know. If he's suiting up,
maybe.
See, y'all, is they gonna buy his jersey?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
If they announce we're trading Julius Randle for Zion Williamson, my heart might drop, bro. Like that's not everything you just said right now. We brought up Barkley, okay, but Barkley also proved himself in college. He proved himself when he was.
Zion didn't prove himself in high school and college before he got hurt. Did he not prove himself?
Nah. Yes. That felt like eons ago. Hold on. That feels like eons ago. Yeah, it feels like eons ago. With Barkley, he came to the league, got fat, he got Moses with him over there. We haven't heard anybody be Zion's mentor. Nothing. I'm not excited about this guy coming to the Knicks. Julius Randle plays every single game and looks like an ox out there. Let's not. And you know I don't like this guy.
One thing I'm never not about Randle is the shape he's in.
Will the Garden sell out if Zion comes there?
The Garden will sell out if you're in the starting lineup.
The Garden's gonna sell out. The Garden's gonna sell out with me and you on the basketball court.
Yeah, literally.
So that's not even. So for me, the Zion thing is scary, bro. That's scary. And
that's the problem with the Knicks. That's the problem with the Knicks. That's the problem with the Knicks. That's probably one of the biggest problems with the Knicks is that the Garden's gonna sell out with all 4 of us on the court and somebody else coaching us, right? That's the problem, is that we sell out no matter what the fuck we put out there. But that's another conversation for another day. Like, okay, Zion comes here, he's gonna sell out the Garden, big name. So what?
If he does the same bullshit, he is gonna get destroyed in New York. If he does this, he's gonna get absolutely killed. You think he's bad in New Orleans right now? You guys are gonna eat him alive.
You compared him to Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley went on to lead a team to the finals, win an MVP. One of the best players at that position. One of the best players ever. Period.
Yeah, period.
Rebounding champion. Like Zion, I averaged 7 rebounds a game. When does he show? Like you said,
once again,
there's no discipline.
Nothing. He doesn't even touch. He doesn't even touch the glass.
Once again, I'm not.
You know who this is before too?
Look what y'all doing. Y'all changing the whole narrative.
How was the narrative?
I never compared his basket. Listen, I never compared his basketball game to Charles Barkley. I would never do that. I'm saying the situation that we're seeing, we've seen it before. I've seen a player purposely say, I gained weight because I didn't want to go play there. I'm saying
James Harden.
Zion, my opinion, is doing this on purpose. Is it right? No. And when I say he's going to go somewhere and sell tickets, I'm just saying, like Dom said, we can't go into the new Clippers arena with no superstars. I'm saying as much as we could hate on Zion, he's still a superstar. He's still going to sell tickets. That's all I'm saying. I'm not comparing his game to nobody's game. I'm just saying if there's any buzz, he go to Golden State, there will be buzz, there will be sellouts because people want to see, is he going to come in shape? Is he going to be great? That's all I'm saying.
And you think
Right,
it's
but
worth
that-
the risk.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know why, Flea?
That's where we part ways.
No.
Okay. That's
Flea,
just
my
the,
brother.
that's the spot.
now watch this.
That's
Watch
the
this.
spot that we part ways.
Listen, because all the owners today, they don't care about the game. They care about this. So I'm looking at it from that aspect. Of course, if I'm a guy that cares about winning championships, winning games, of course I don't make that move. But as we see these owners, they care about revenue. So that's why I'm saying they wouldn't make that move.
I agree with that. I agree with you. But the great owners, the really good owners, the Mark Cubans, are cognizant of, okay, I gotta sell tickets and I gotta, put butts in seats, but I also gotta get the right guys on this team. And I gotta put the right team together. You know what I'm saying?
Flea, how many Mark Cubans is it though?
Not
that's
many.
all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I think there's more than before. I think I understand all of this, but it's big business. Zion has to show up and be on that television, bro. Like he's showing up and he's doing that. Like we have, just like with AD, we doubted him. That's what we got to celebrate what AD's doing right now. Like you said, to start the show off, AD have a 40-20 game and do what he's doing. And let's look up his numbers. Them playing defense the way that he's doing. Now he have a run where it's like, damn, they might have a chance to get a second championship or in Lakerland. Zion and them they can't even sniff it and it's really because of him. There's no other reason. You have that much talent on your team and you chose to go be fat. Like nothing about this makes me want him on my team. I don't care what team you have. I don't care if it's Orlando, Minnesota, whatever bum organization you've been for your whole life. Nothing about this is like, because he's telling you, I don't care who you got on the team. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I don't want that guy on my team. Nah, you over here M&Ms and everything. You prefer that than winning a chip, bro? He has a chance. Look what we're talking about. They have a chance to win a championship. Really? That's how loaded they are over there in New Orleans. And he's choosing to just do this.
Well, we could get to the next topic. This could be a topic for another day, but they do not have a chance of winning a championship at all. Really stop it with that.
What you mean? They got shooters.
Hold on.
They have shoot. So hold on.
He just said the top 5.
No. What I said was, when they're fully healthy, people were saying that they could be in championship contention. I never agree with that. I'm just telling you what it was out there. I'm saying they never have a chance to win no chip when the Lakers is looking how they looking. Still, you got the Clippers, you got the Joker in Denver, you still got Golden State, you got the emergence of Minnesota. My opinion, as good as they are, I don't think they ever had a chance to win no championship. I never agreed to that.
Hold on, but if Zion is Zion, if he's anywhere near this number 1 draft pick guy, and you have that, look at Indiana's talent around Halliburton compared to Zion. They have amazing draft picks. Brandon Ingram is your number 2. Herb Jones, amazing defender. The kid Jordan Hawkins drafted.
What has Zion done to give him the edge over Ingram? To be honest, because he's shown a little bit of he's shown signs. Like, has he had a better career than Ingram as a Pelican so far?
No.
But Ingram's inconsistent as well. But
they both underachieving over there, man. Let's just call it what it is.
They got to be healthier. There's no doubt about it.
They got to be on the floor. They have to be on the floor together.
And that's how I just don't see
chemistry. I just don't see if I'm with the Knicks, whoever, Brooklyn, and you are trading for Zion and you already surrounded him with that much talent and he's still not showing up. It doesn't make, like, it's just basketball wise. What else is going to motivate you when it's time to play?
The kid is fucking undisciplined. Let's just call it what it is. He's undisciplined as a professional. It just is what it is. Like, at no point should he. Now, I get it. When you do have injuries to your lower extremities, when you do have injuries to your feet, to your knees, to shit like that, you have to stay off of it. And now you can't work out. Now you can't do certain conditioning and certain cardio to keep the weight off. But, bro, you have been in the league now. Where we at? What draft was that? 2019? What?
2019.
2019. So, Barrett, right. That's RJ Barrett. That's John Morant. That's that draft, right?
Darius Garland.
That DG. So you legit, 4-year, 5-year player right now? At this point of your career, a light bulb should be going off like, okay, I need to change my eating. I need to get a personal train. You have everything at your disposal, everything, and you got the money to pay for it. Like, so there's no reason for this. It's a serious lack of discipline, and so that says something about your character. That don't got nothing to say about your basketball game, because we know when you out there on the court playing at a high level, you're pretty damn good. You just fat.
Damn. You know, before we move on, Fabian, I wanted to ask. It's on the agenda. Tyrese Halliburton. I hope you see what we mean, though, by playoff atmosphere. It's a different ball game.
What you got? What, Dime? I'd be straight up. What the hell are you talking about? Halliburton, he's still a top 15 player, top 10 guy in the league right now, maybe. This ain't got
I'm saying the way I disagree with. I think the ladder of MVP who's having the better season does not always mean who's a better player. Like Tyrese Halliburton's having a better season than Anthony Davis right now. But is he better than Anthony Davis? We know that's not true. He's not yet. Fair?
Has Anthony Davis did Anthony Davis face? Is he by himself? No other all-stars, no other role players like that. You see how
he's been that in the past. He's had those moments.
But he was targeted like this, like yesterday, with no help. It wasn't happening, and when it did, that's exactly what happened to him.
We can go back and watch some series probably, but Anthony Davis probably saw doubles and all that in New Orleans. Like he was a focal point. And we're not comparing Anthony Davis back then to Tyrese Halliburton. We're comparing now. He would lose. Tyrese Halliburton would lose either way, by the way. But
look who you have to compare him to. You got to compare him to legends now, because that's where Halliburton has put himself. Because you brought this up.
What about Fox?
Wait, slow down. Wait.
What about Fox? Who's better?
Slow down.
Y'all don't want to have that conversation,
but it's very, very even.
It's a valid conversation to have between Halliburton.
Hold on, I had to put Flea sound like Tupac the Biggie on Hit Him Up. You fat.
That was good. No, we should read before we move on. Let's read the comments before we go to the Lakers, Clippers, and Knicks.
All right,
I ain't got no friends.
Yeah, to knock some of the comments out there. Let's get into some of the comments before we keep going.
All right,
before we get to this Halliburton, Dime gets my blood boiling with this Halliburton talk. How dare you?
How can you tell? I like Halliburton, by the way. How can you tell the Lakers and LeBron the way to celebrate all ball? You play hard and they forcing. They take it lightly and they don't want to compete. Blah blah blah. I wish my Raptors competed the same way.
Saeed.
Any response from Saeed?
No.
Okay. 20 PR said, so the NBA championship, what makes it special are the Google and champagne. Doesn't that make the chip cheap if it's viewed that way? I don't know what he's talking about. Phoenix Gen Z says Ohtani is a Dodger. You damn right. Look where I am. It's been a great weekend for LA. Clippers winning, Lakers winning, Dodgers winning.
I haven't been watching baseball, and I'm totally like, Soto was my favorite baseball player. He went to the Yankees, and Ohtani's in the Dodgers. I'm disgusted. I ain't watching baseball ever. I might be a Yankee fan. This is crazy.
I heard that the Mets are in play for that pitcher Yamamoto.
I don't care, Dom. That's not
okay.
You're supposed to get Ohtani, and so come on, man. These are legendary in the making guys.
Oh yeah,
disgusting.
First Kawhi report, then Toronto's had it rough with these free agents lately, and it's just so funny. It felt exactly like the Kawhi thing with the is he going to Toronto? Is he not? Is he flying there?
LA gave him that 700.
Your boy won again.
I remember when the Yankees did things like that, man. It's been wow.
Nah, the Yankees did. They got a
big shout out. They didn't get him. Big shout out to the Dodgers, man.
Well, yeah, big shout out.
Well, hopefully we win, bro. We just choke even with all this talent. We get everybody, but hepatitis see you later. Love hepatitis see you later. It says Shohei Ohtani overshadowed this in-season shit in LA. Yeah, absolutely. Bro, don't go there. Y'all ran from the bubble. Again, I was making a joke that every gimmicky tournament that Adam Silver puts on, you win. It's good. Everybody else should win too. Interesting, Dime. Like the bubble? You mean winning at the highest level? Yes, it was a championship. Don't get so sensitive. Anthony Davis is Shaq level in artificial environments. Oh, my God.
Oh, damn.
What's up, Shaq 9000?
Yo.
Yeah, so this was Tony responding to All Ball saying they didn't act like that, like they won the championship. Hepatitis said,
you can't win for winning, man. That's shit, man.
This is agreeing with Flea. He said, yeah, they wouldn't take it lightly in regards to Jordan and Kobe. It isn't a ring, but it's just cool to see the Lakers clicking on all cylinders, playing good ball. That's the main takeaway from it. Yep.
Good point.
Fans calling it a championship already. Facts, Dime. Sean Swain said it'll be very interesting a few decades down the line to look at what teams win the tourney versus the chip. If there's any common DNA to people who can do one but not the other. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
That'll be interesting to look at.
Shaft said, trying to convince myself this isn't true. LeBron hasn't made the finals in a normal 82-game schedule in 6 years, so they've created the LeBron Cup to get him something.
Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Look,
I know he's joking.
laughing.
Rockstar Mel says, LMFAO. Tony PR says, yeah, he's shooting 20% perimeter, unfortunately. That's Anthony Davis he's referring to. Hey, what's up, Daniel Barry?
EB.
EB, yes.
Very appreciate
plus
you, man.
people on the live right now, guys. The attendance has been great these Sundays recently. So
Love
shout
it.
out to you guys.
Appreciate it. We appreciate it. We
And
appreciate it.
also, shout out to the NBA for not scheduling games on Sunday again. That helps us. Knicks fan, now I get it. Rockstar said, that's not the Lakers' fault. They have their shit together.
Yeah.
Robert Paulson said, Zion is more Oliver Miller than Charles Barkley.
Yo, hold on. Oliver Miller was disgusting looking. That is crazy. When anybody says
he was cooking. And he was cooking though.
Nah,
And
he was cooking all right. When anybody brings up the old school, I mean,
saying.
these guys.
Oh my God.
Oliver Miller,
He was
baby.
cooking all right.
How long
Oliver
he was in
Miller,
the league? How long was he in the league?
He was not very
that-
good.
Flea?
I would like
Hold on.
to.
How long was he in the league? That's all I asked. I
I
want
don't
to do all I was
care.
asking.
We don't care.
Oh my God, he looks
yo.
gigantic, but he looks obese in these pictures with the Kings.
He looks
All I ask is-
ridiculous.
400 pounds.
He
Phoenix
looks
Suns
ridiculous.
was Phoenix Suns Oliver Miller.
He wasn't
Decent.
that bad. No, he
That's
was
all
decent.
I'm saying. That's
No.
all I'm saying.
He averaged
He
9
wasn't.
points and 7 rebounds. Back then, it's not bad. On the 94 Suns.
Lord
I'm
have
about to go Gen
mercy.
Z.
He
Yo,
played,
Don, I'm
8
about to go
years,
Gen
he,
Z.
played 8 years in the league. Actually, 9 years in the league, all ball. He was
That's what
actually
I'm saying.
and he played professionally for another 4 overseas. But
Well,
ball.
but nine
All ball,
in the
all ball.
NBA. Go ahead.
If Oliver Miller played today, he attempted to go in the NBA.
that's not what we're
the hell
talking
would-
about. He's
gonna
the
go-
exact type of player that shouldn't play today. His game doesn't fit probably, right? But
Two.
for what he
Two.
was,
Two. That's
Bro,
the bar.
he would
now.
be working
Oliver
at the
Miller?
hard.
That's what you made the bar for.
Come
No,
on,
yo,
man.
yo,
I'm
God
trying to
damn.
avoid this shit. See, please.
God damn.
He will work.
dude.
He'll be
That's
working
what
at the
you made
hot dog
bar?
stand or something.
All I'm
Oliver
saying
Miller.
is he played in the league 9 years.
it's not. Yeah, you can't knock that to me. You
How-
can't knock that though.
I'm not saying he was great.
I'm
I'm not
knocking
saying that.
I'm not knocking that, but we've made Zion Williamson's bar Oliver. Jesus Christ. Okay. What
Yeah,
other
I
comments are-
I hope that he wasn't agreeing with that. Hepatitis said Zion is trying to force his way to New York.
Stay away.
It's all ball TV, says Shaft 9000.
All ball suckers.
And Rockstar Mel says it's hard not to get good in New Orleans. How they playing great by default when this same team was in the Western Conference Finals. You're responding to you, ball. Sean Swain said, if it was like that, that's honestly more impressive that they just know with such certainty that LeBron would win it and created for that reason, and then he did it. That is pretty funny. We had 20 games with injuries as well and not completely whole. So not sure what the angle is. We are now getting healthier and it's showing. Hepatitis had got to play in front of you. These are Laker fans talking to you all, ball.
No problem.
Shaft said, Sean, yeah, go ahead. You got something?
No. They all making great points. I don't have no problem with nothing they saying. All I'm saying is, remember LeBron James, Anthony Davis, 2 of the top 10 in the league. Some people think he's the GOAT. Like I said, AD, one of the greatest talents we've ever seen, and defensively, one of the best we've ever seen. Let's all have the same energy, God willing, in the finals. Because if y'all don't make the finals, remember all of this. The smoke is going to be crazy.
He said it doesn't help when the refs are sus with free throw discrepancy and fudgy timeout calls. It goes towards fueling conspiracy talk. Scam Likely, one of our mods, he said Wolves greater.
Damn likely.
I like he likes the
Lively,
Wolves.
what's up, man?
Yeah, Fab, talking that talk, said Rockstar Mel.
Oh, today.
Wow. Yeah,
Today I
right. Tony PR says Wolves defense is nothing to sneeze at. We'll get to that later. Saeed said Jokic is the ultimate equalizer for the Lakers, though. He's the only player that negates what AD does on the defensive end. That's a good point.
It's a very good point.
I wouldn't.
Not
say
negates totally, but he completely takes his value on defense down. As
Yeah,
opposed to other
he
teams.
makes things very, very difficult for
He
him.
can't
on
guard
the
him
defensive
one-on-one.
end. Yeah,
I've seen
he's
AD
just
go
he's
crazy
just as
on
good.
Joker.
What'd
Yeah,
you
but
say?
that's old joke. That's old Jokic, though. This Jokic, that's the
Oh,
MVP
that's old.
caliber. He's struggled.
Yeah,
And
that's
everybody's-
old AD too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
right.
AD, I still think defensively he's no different, to be honest. I think offensively he looks way different. AD. He says it's all about matchups. Wolves seem to match up well with Denver, for example. Saeed said.
I wouldn't say
24.
that. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
They
Yeah. The
do.
Wolves do match up really well with them. Hell
Right.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Sean said Jokic seems like the ultimate equalizer for anyone, to be honest. Hardly been a more clear top dog in my opinion.
Quick question, because I laugh at this. Y'all say they match up well. What happened in the playoffs last year? How did that match
they
go?
won more games against them than the Lakers did, and they won as many games against them as the Heat did. The only team that did better was the Suns, and they're an 8th seed. So
I'm asking once again. Minnesota matches up well with Denver. How did that matchup go in the playoffs in the first round?
It went the way it's supposed to go when you don't have your star guys with you or your role players with you. When Denver didn't have Jamal Murray, what happened?
Excuses. So, I hear you, my brother.
No excuses.
Jamal Murray,
have it how y'all want to have it. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Nas Reed broke his hand.
No Nas Reed or Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, Nas Reed is shooting 40, 50, 90 this year. He's shooting crazy.
Last year I didn't have Minnesota fully healthy beating Denver, but this season Minnesota's a different team. I don't know. So
Hepatitis said the Pelicans, laughing at what All Ball said. The Pels, really? Lakers own the Pelicans, LOL. You saw Zion versus LeBron, 23 versus 38. Put him to shame with conditioning and stamina. That is pretty embarrassing that LeBron.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Fat mother.
No, hold on. It's hold on. And you know what's crazy, y'all? I was going to make a post today, right? But I was tired. It was Sunday, but I'm still thinking about it. LeBron is putting a lot of guys to shame.
Yeah.
The KDs, the Kawhis, the James Hardens.
To shame.
No. I'm saying conditioning and being able to play at that level. Yes, he is. I'm sorry.
No, Kevin Durant has come off a torn Achilles and is averaging 30 points. And he's had to drag these bum sons that are always injured now.
When the last time
when
the last time KD been to a conference finals?
Okay, but you're just talking about what kind of shape he's in, his longevity. He's still one of the 10 best players in basketball, and you agree on that. And he's been through a lot.
A lot of people
don't. LeBron never tore his Achilles.
Once again, what LeBron has done with his conditioning, he's putting a lot of players to shame.
I agree.
There's a lot. It ain't. I don't think it's KD, but there's a lot of younger players that can't stay on the floor for some reason. And Bron, somehow, some way, if he is not really injured, if he's injured, he's out. But when he's not, he's out there and he's playing at a high level. He ain't dragging his ass and dogging the game.
Well, there are some games defensively where he can be a little shaky.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
All right.
He's putting his teammate to shame when it comes to conditioning and just that kind of his DNA. It's crazy. So I think he's a specimen, man. And I always put him in a conversation with Shaq and Wilt, but remember Shaq was known for not being this.
Wilt is always in shape.
Right.
All those teams better than the Lakers on paper only. Wolves getting disrespect. Rockstar Mel says besides Denver. 20PR said OMG. I wonder what that was to. Rockstar said it's too many what ifs. Shaft 9000 said this year in the West, it's Nugs, Wolves, Clippers, healthy Zion, Pels, and healthy Dallas. Odds are LeBron, AD, or both will be injured by the All-Star break. Okay, come on, Shaft. First of all, I don't want to speak that into existence. Secondly, how can you put us in the conversation and then say the Lakers are bound to get injured? Kawhi and Paul haven't missed a game. So, I mean, there's fans around the league that probably think it's only a matter of time before they get hurt too. So I'd rather just not. Good point, Flea, said Rockstar. Sean said, Wolves just have to show and prove. I'd love to believe that they can truly challenge, but we've seen them play Denver last year, and we've seen several Gobert squads sputter early. That's a great point.
That's
and
true.
I agree that you've got to earn your stripes in the postseason. Hepatitis said Zion wants to go team up with RJ. Sean said, I hope it can happen.
Gobert away from New York City.
Gobert never had defensive talent like this around him, but just got to see it to believe it, given the players and organization involved. I agree. Rockstar said, no way you just out of shape for 4 years straight because you want to leave. That brings your value down to other teams looking at him. Sean said,
that's not true. We've seen a bunch of things people did to get out of a team. We've seen what Anthony Davis did to get out of New Orleans. We've seen what Harden did. We've seen
but he's putting this up. He hasn't built enough equity for me to be able to be doing what he's doing right now.
But y'all, just
no one talks about Vince Carter did it in Toronto also before he went to.
But he wasn't out of shape.
But Pelicans made the bad choice that they made was they paid them. Shouldn't have paid them.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Shouldn't have paid him. So now that he got his money, I'm telling y'all, this is now. If I'm wrong, then I will come and admit I'm wrong. If this goes on, probably let's say another year or two, then I'm being honest. I would never say kick someone out the league or a person deserves to lose their job. But listen, man, if you can't stay healthy if you can't keep the weight off, bro, then you in the wrong profession. He might have to get up out of here.
That's what I'm saying. That kid lacks discipline, and that says something about his character. He already lacks, good decision making. We don't want to go back to those decisions he was making off the court. But you know what I'm saying?
I disagree with that, but that's another talk. I ain't got no problem with them decisions, man.
I totally agree with that. We fully support you. Your off-court decisions in that case is amazing.
I'll make those decisions. I got 100. Dom, let's get to the next topic. Come on, we gonna get me in trouble, man.
Yeah. But his playmaking off the court is outstanding.
It's impeccable, right? Two say back the 1,000 off the court. That nigga back the 1,000.
And nigga in shape off the court. Go ahead, Dom. I'm sorry.
Nuggets just an injury away from a key player or two falling short too. When healthy, I take over anyone, but they're not deep at all. You're right. My name is Dub. Said we have to stop calling guys great or the best player on a team when they don't do anything worthy of it. Tony PR said basically all ball saying Zion using a Harden right now to get moved. Yes. 100%. That five-man unit is crazy. This is the starting lineup, but they're really thin after that. Zion and Ben Simmons both occupy a special category of petulant. Rockstar Mel said, not if he fat, he ain't selling out shit. Ace Boogie said, all ball trying to stand up for Zion, but shits on AD. LMAO. How about that 41-20? I think Ace Boogie, you probably just came in because he gave him his flowers in the beginning.
He did.
Zion is not box office like that. He could have been, but his stock is too low after too many years. Gonna have to sweat to earn it back.
Yeah.
That's a great problem to have, Flea. He's talking about the tickets with MSG.
Yeah.
Sean said, Harden can't even make an all-star game leading the league in assists on a contender with 1,000 times Zion resume and the same behavior. They got shooters, they got defenders, sadly not in the same bodies. Deep but awkward roster. You talking about the Pels? They don't have that many shooters, though, bro. Look at their starting lineup. Zion. That's one thing I noticed. Zion doesn't shoot from outside the key. Jonas Valanciunas is not convincing anyone from downtown. And even though
the kid Jordan Hawkins can shoot that shit.
But he don't start.
And Trey Murphy.
He doesn't.
And Trey Murphy does.
And Trey Murphy can shoot that shit.
They don't start. Herb Jones is shooting better this year, but he's not convincing either. So that's three. And then Ingram doesn't like taking threes. So there's only one guy, that likes taking threes in that starting lineup. He says, who do you trust more to make the playoffs, Warriors or Pelicans? I'm going to go with the Warriors for the simple fact they have Steph Curry and they don't. That's all I got.
I'd like to hear your thoughts on that question from Ace Boogie. Who you got more confidence in making the playoffs, the Warriors or the Pelicans?
Neither one. No. Being honest, not neither one. The Pelicans, like I said,
who you have more faith in though?
This is going to be tough. The Pelicans.
Okay.
I'm being honest. Go listen, man. I've been saying this. Golden State is a bad team, man. I'm sorry. Like I feel bad. I'm saying the way they're playing this year, like I don't know what happened with Klay Thompson. I know how I feel about Draymond. He averages a triple single. Because Ming and them guys, I just think they never was good enough. Curry is literally by himself. And when you're that small of a player, we know the impact you can have on winning. Now, if Curry was 6'8", 6'9", then it'd be a different story.
But I know you three guys understand exactly what I'm saying. You cannot be a good team but not be a bad team. Does that make sense to y'all? Like, y'all don't have to be a good team, but you're gonna fall somewhere. And I don't think Golden State
look at Golden State,
they're a bad team.
Look at Golden State last year on the road. That's all I'm saying.
They was dog shit on the road.
Right.
They couldn't win a game on the road.
In this season, they don't look great. They don't look that much better than the Pelicans. I'm sorry.
I don't know if I could just consider them a bad team though. I don't know.
They're mediocre to me. Very mediocre.
Bad teams find ways to lose.
All right, well, I exaggerated. I'm not gonna say bad, but because they still have one of the greatest players we've ever seen. So I'm not bad was a little
hard. That's hard for me.
But they're very mediocre. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can agree there. Yeah.
Pelicans because I don't trust Warriors' health. Zion be lying. Zion and Ingram are passive personalities. You can't win with no dogs. Interesting. Zion stays hurt and out of shape. I think Ingram could for sure be an alpha if his body could handle it. Who's frontrunner for Depoy, AD or Gobert? I think that's hard for me to answer because I watch AD every night. I don't watch Gobert every night. Sean Swain said Gobert. defensive players hard to gauge because you have to really watch the games and the stats.
But I think Gobert is up there, you know, and the proof is in the pudding right now, being Minnesota's one of the best defensive teams. In the league.
People don't like him personally, so they tend to not want to give him his props. But Gobert defensively is tough, man.
Dime.
Yeah, no, I'm one of them. Fuck him. Anyway, Ingram would be great next to Halliburton versus next to Zion. Pelicans are trapped with Zion. They aren't trading him for him, who's better, and his trade values in the gutter. LMFAO, compare him to legends because he's been playing good for a few months. He's talking about Zion.
Yeah.
Celebration police.
No. He's talking about Halliburton. That's who you should be comparing to legends. Yeah.
Okay.
You should be comparing him to legends right now.
Okay. The celebration police swear the Lakers can't celebrate after being $500K and winning the first ever in-season tournament. LOL. Robert said, didn't Stanley Roberts eat his way out of the league?
Yes. Robert, tell him, Robert.
Yeah. Wait.
But Fleet,
he's the reason why we lost X-Man. Xavier McDaniel.
But Fleet, what I just said a little while ago, I said, yo, if this goes on for another year, so I said he may could be out the league.
Yeah.
I agree.
Kenny Lofton Jr. ain't slim either. Lakers' biggest problem wasn't being able to control Murray. He averaged 32 on 50, 40, 90. You're not going to stop Jokic. You can make the other guys work harder. But I also think the Lakers didn't close games. They outdid you. Their duo outdid you closing. Yeah, you got to close.
Kenny Lofton Jr. also isn't making $250 million. He's not the franchise player in the league. Like, shout out to Kenny Lofton Jr., but he's not Zion.
But also, you know, just to give Lakers a little credit. Last year, I know I made fun of that they got swept, but Denver was just a better team. So, you know, let's not get because I seen the last comment. It had, regardless of how great Murray and Joker played, Denver last year was just a way better team, better coach, had a better overall roster. And let me just say something about Denver. Michael Porter Jr. be flying under the radar.
No, he's good.
Okay, he should be better. He shouldn't be just good.
Okay, I agree. I think
there's a lot better.
For example, there was a game that we beat the Nuggets, and he was 7 for 8 in the game, and they didn't even give him the ball. And Malone apologized after. So I think
he should be the second best player on that team.
No, he should.
By far.
Anyway.
Yes, he should. He's 6'10".
Talent-wise.
Yes, he should.
Talent-wise, but Murray, I expect to be successful. I think Murray needs to be the second best player.
Right, Murray got the motor.
But I think on certain nights, Michael Porter Jr. got to be the guy. Certain nights, the second guy. Like
he should be more. He should be that guy more.
1000%.
Dylan.
Also, LeBron was hurt. LeBron was hurt last year in the playoffs. Didn't he break his foot or some shit?
Yeah, whatever. Dylan Carey says all ball with the worst takes ever spoken. Oh my god. What was it? One man's excuses is another man's context. All ball. Scam likely said my Wolves going to the finals. Come on, Scam. You really jumping up the wagon? You think Russell Westbrook finishes the year with the Clippers? I hope so.
Oh, let's stay there. Let's get to these Clippers. Tom.
Let's go Clippers. That's a good segue. Let's go Clippers.
Let's go.
I mean, we're playing really well lately. 8-3 in the last 11. Zubats has been playing awesome. Our defense has been better. Harden's been good in his role. But Kawhi, the last couple of games, is starting to come back to that Kawhi Leonard. That all ball was challenging. And it looks like he's starting to take that lead slowly but surely as our best player. And the defense, we really only have 2 negative defenders in our rotation right now, Powell and Harden. And they're both giving their best, which is all you can ask for. And yeah, I mean, we have star power, there's no doubt. And then Daniel Tice is playing great off the bench. So trending in the right direction. We got Portland on Monday. I'll be at the game. And if we win that, which we should, that would be 9 wins out of the last 12. So now we're 500 with Harden, 8-8. So it's trending in the upwards direction.
Well, I go first because I was adamant about this. I don't hear the James Harden hate train no more.
Well, what did you want me to say? I told you.
Look, there you go. I
don't like him still, though. What changed?
You're being defensive. I never say your name, so you're being defensive. Look, in the court of law, guilty. Give him life. Look, told on yourself. Let me finish my take, please. I've been said it, and I'm gonna say it again. The LA Clippers will go as far as they allow James Harden to take them. Yes, Kawhi Leonard is the best player on the team, and I'm glad he's having the last couple games some great games because he has the skill set to do that. I'm tired of these guys being passive, humble. No, if you're great, go out there and be great and do it every night. If you're going to be the best two-way player, if we're going to say, oh, he has 2 rings, he has 2 finals MVPs, he this, he that, show up. Be the best player on your team. Be the leader. If you want to win a championship, you know what you got to do it. He's done it twice. James Harden, Tyronn Lue did the right thing. I've been saying this about Westbrook. It's no disrespect, but he has to come off the bench. If you allow Harden with the ball in his hand to make the plays, make the decisions, I keep telling people, healthy, the Clippers are the most dangerous team in the NBA. Because on any given night, they will be able to beat anybody. They have they have 3 Hall of Famers. I don't know if Paul George will get in there. They have 3 top 75 players. I don't care what nobody say. There's nobody in the NBA with that. They have a big man in Zubac that's more than decent on both ends of the floor when he's given the opportunity. They have a good bench. They have, to some people, a great coach. I think he's an okay coach. Where's the James Harden hate train at? When they was losing, we hate Harden. Now that y'all won the last, I think you said 9 out of 12, or what is it, 8 out of 11? Where's the props?
Every night I give it.
It don't, well, not true, but not true, but I'm just talking to everybody, and overall, the James Harden thing was out of control. Once again, when all ball is wrong, people, I deal with it. When he's just right a little bit, because remember, I can still be wrong, but I'm saying right now, when he's right, it's crickets out there.
Yeah, well, you should go on Twitter more. There's a bunch of people that, the Harden PR from the Clippers and their media is insane to me. I just can't stand it. But
so
whatever.
I passed the rock. I knew what I was talking about. James Harden, right now, listen, the ball got to go through him. Big shout out to Tyronn Lue for having the guts, man, to make the right basketball play. It's not always easy when, you may have a player on your team that you may like better in whatever aspect, but they might not be great for the team or to be starting in that. Listen, I commend him. He's doing what it takes to win basketball games. If the Clippers can keep this up, they will be a threat to everybody in the West. So I just want to know what happened to the Harden hate train. That's all I want to know. I'm keeping mine short and simple. Y'all can have the floor. Where's the Harden hate train at now?
It's still going.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you feel about the?
I don't know.
Fabian was hating too. I can't wait for his take.
I don't think that I had too much hate for Harden, so I'm probably not a part of this train that
they know who they are, Flea.
That Two was talking about. But for the sake of the conversation, I'll jump on that Harden train. I think it took a moment for you guys to gain some traction and figure out how you guys wanted to play basketball, right? There was a moment in time where you had to figure out who was going to come off the bench. You had to make that was a tough decision. You guys make that decision and have to get over that hurdle. And now y'all are just figuring out who you guys are defensively. That's what's big for me with what I've been seeing with your Clippers, Don. You guys are figuring out how to defend, what your rotations are going to be, what you guys look like in terms of minutes, how you guys are staggering minutes, all of that. The offensive side of the ball, I'm really not very concerned because great players, in my opinion, always figure out how to play with great players, right? There's always a moment in time where they figure out how to just play the game of basketball. Those 4 guys are high IQ guys. We can question Westbrook's IQ, but I'm just talking about just the game of basketball. Those 4 guys are high IQ guys. They were going to figure out how to play together at some point. I thought the biggest piece was what you guys look like on a defensive end. And from what I'm seeing, everybody's figuring out their role on defense. And the biggest thing you said at the top of this was Kawhi coming into form, right? Kawhi looking more comfortable out there. Kawhi taking on more of a challenge on the offensive end as well. That's going to be big, in my opinion, for y'all to go forward and be successful. Y'all still, when I was looking at the standing, y'all still fairly at the bottom of the Western Conference. I'm sure that'll change as time continues to go on. But things are looking up for the Clippers. I have nothing bad to say about them.
And it's weirdly flying under the radar still.
Yeah.
Even though we have the super team. When we were losing, everybody was talking about us. Now no one's talking about us.
Yeah.
So interesting. Any words, Fabian, before we go to New York?
Yeah, what you got, Fabian?
They ain't winning no championship. I don't care what James Harden got going on for you. You must not have watched last year when he showed up for 2 games and then shitted on himself for the rest of the playoffs.
But he's a third option now.
Hey, Flea, you heard
fuck
Dom? No, yo,
what
we've
he
been
is.
flying under the radars quiet because they winning. If they was losing, the Harden hate train will still be out of control. Look, everybody is dumbfounded.
Though. The
Look,
people like
it's
shitting on the Clippers.
quiet out there.
Yeah,
People hate
that's a
Westbrook,
fact.
by the way.
Say it again.
But that is a fact, though.
People hate Westbrook.
They hate that. But that's another thing too. Westbrook sat on the bench. He conceded or whatever it is, and he listening to Ty Lue. That's another thing. Like we gotta.
Yeah, he's
it's
not
not just the
very
fact that James,
professional, man. It's very hard.
right? Well, beyond professional, I think he's
What else is he
also
supposed
accepting that he's
What
right.
he's
Fuck
supposed to
this,
do?
fuck this, get me out of here. That's what he can do.
Okay, bye.
Nah, you can't do
I
that.
wouldn't want to do
Not
that.
at this point. He can't do that. He was in LA and
Thank
you know
you.
everything.
You think San Antonio would take him right now?
No,
The Spurs,
regardless
they
of who
take
would.
Russell Westbrook.
Oh my god.
Yes.
How would
Here
you
we
feel?
go.
How would you feel about Russell Westbrook if
Washington.
he said trade me? Trade me for what reason? We're winning with you on the bench.
I would honestly sympathize with him in this scenario. It just shows me he doesn't want to win the championship that bad, but I've already suspected that he'd rather be comfortable than win.
We're not gonna hear anything about Russell Westbrook wanting to be traded. Just let's put
Hold on. What do you say, Dom? That it shows that
He cares more about being comfortable than winning a championship by any means necessary. I felt that way about a lot of stars in the NBA history, though, not just Westbrook.
Hold on. You said Westbrook feels comfortable.
No, if he wanted to trade, if he demanded a trade.
No, but Don, where can he demand a trade and win a championship right now?
No,
Where?
he's not. I'm saying he would have to go to a team that's not competing for a championship so he can just play more minutes and have fun. That's all I'm saying.
I think but I think again, I don't think I think he's quieting everybody. Everybody, the Harden haters got quiet now. The Westbrook haters got to be quiet now. They accepted their role. So for me personally,
Get close to this camera.
He quieted me down, Obo. So, but I'm gonna use what y'all use on me all the time. Wait till the playoffs start for James.
Look, y'all can't.
And that is extremely valid.
You know what? I take that because what he said before that. Listen, hey, please, I take that.
Yo, I mean it's fair though. At the end of the day, we know we've seen 30 a night 3 years in a row at the peak of his powers, right? We know what he can look like in a regular season setting. We also know how shit gets dicey when it comes playoff time. So we know that this experiment could look great at one point. Remember I said to you, Don, y'all could win 10 to 15 straight and we could be going crazy right now. But everything matters April, May, and June, right? At that time of year, that's what matters, for y'all with this Harden shit. So, yes, I'm mad at you, Fabian, for taking that route, but fuck it. It ain't nothing wrong with it.
Well, let me say this.
No, because y'all use it on me for Halliburton, for everybody else.
There goes
Orlando
the
Magic.
up. Yeah.
I seen it.
No, it's so valid.
I just seen it. The thumbs up in my screen.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the voodoo magic again.
I just seen it. It was a white thumbs up in a gray circle.
Oh,
yeah, you've been doing that for weeks.
How? Look,
magician.
I don't know what that shit is.
What you call him?
Magician. All right.
Oh.
But hold on real quick before we transition. This is my thing with the Harden thing. We seen him be able to play next side to Kevin Durant and Westbrook in OKC, even though he came off the bench. That was a success, even though they lost. We watched him in Brooklyn when it was successful. It was looking good. We know what happened. That ain't have nothing to do with him. We watched him play alongside of Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid won an MVP. They just happened to be in Game 7. I'm not putting that solely on him. My point is, he knows how to play alongside great players. If Kawhi Leonard can be the great player that everybody thinks he can be, this will work.
What thing does work mean though?
They can win a championship.
Okay. I mean,
No. We can't. No. We can't do that. See, now
you can't do that?
Because once again, he's somehow trying to rewrite history with Harden. Harden does not have this undeserved hatred. We dislike him for not competing in the playoffs when it matters most. That's a fact. We dislike him for being fat, just like Zion, doing and trying to get away with shit all his
At
whole
least
career.
Harden's on the court, though. I'll give him that.
That's cool. I mean, when he's on the court, he didn't show up when it mattered
Consistently.
most. The Houston Rockets came back against the Clippers or the Golden State Warriors that game when he was on the bench. When he was on Oklahoma City, this has been the name on him since Oklahoma City, since he was a second, third year in the league when he went to the championship and they targeted him. There's nothing about what James Harden has proven anything about championship level guy. Nothing. Besides the regular season, he does great, but when it comes to the playoffs, that he's not that guy. So
later rounds in the playoffs. First round he cooks, but
I don't care. Listen, man. When it matters, he's nowhere to be shown, nowhere to be found, and we know this. So to say when I say let's wait to the playoffs, that's what I'm talking about. I don't care about none of this.
He's
done this before.
Scam said talk about KD in the playoffs the last 3 years. That was earlier. AD only looked great against teams that are small. Jokic dropped 29, 13, 11. Embiid had 30, 11, and 11, and Sabonis had 29 and 17.
Hold on, Dom. Go out and come back in.
Can't wait for our personal matchup on January 7th. I may be at that game, NV2 on 3. We'll see. Keep knocking that wood, Dime. We got to keep knocking this season. Who do you guys think is the Lakers' third guy? D'Lo or Reeves? I know All Ball's not a Reeves guy. That's a tough one, man. I go back and forth with that one.
I go back and forth, but I think Reeves playing at a high level and D'Lo playing at a high level. I think Reeves is a little more effective than D'Lo.
Who was the Nuggets' third guy last year?
Aaron Gordon.
Mm-hmm. Not really. I think the third guy's always can be. He's not he was their best defensive guy. He wasn't the third
best player with ease, in my opinion.
Well, Michael Porter Jr. was
he's good, but not Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon was guarding Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, and LeBron James and Jimmy Butler. The whole playoffs.
Okay, but that's your first guy defensively. I'm talking when I hear third guy, I'm thinking you're talking about offense as a third option.
I don't know who got the third most shot attempts. It'd probably MPJ, I'm assuming, right? But they really looked to feed Aaron Gordon when he had smaller defenders on him in the finals. Like, remember he had some monster scoring games in the finals?
Yeah, because they could attack the rim.
Yeah, he's a beast. Lakers' third guy is Adam Silver. What's goofy, Dime? The hot dog stand may be selling out.
Hey, yo.
LeBron.
That was good. That was good.
AD and LeBron have D'Lo and Reeves to fall back on. That's instant L's. Clippers have health insurance like never before with James and Russ diverting stress away from 2-1-3. Boss Man says,
Boss
man.
Are we just saying because they have CP3? Are you saying we're hating on the Warriors because they have CP3? I don't think it's just that.
No.
I feel like the Warriors are a team to watch that will make a move between December 15th and February.
They better.
Shafted, I meant hurt, not injured. Sorry. Point being, AD and LeBron have what besides D'Lo and Reeves to fall back on? That's instant L's. Yeah, we'll see. Rockstar Mel said he got you, Dime. Trini Man said the Clippers will go as far as Kawhi takes them, not James Harden. Harden is replaceable. Kawhi is not. Agreed. Winning cures all ills, all ball, says Shaft 9000. NV said Dime is the GOAT. Shout out to my boy NV. He's the one who got me the tickets today for that USC game, so big shout out.
Nice.
Big shout out. That's dope. That's dope.
People won't believe in Harden until he proves it in the playoffs. Facts. USC fan Dime. My dad went there, yeah. So yes, but my dad also went to UCLA. But I prefer USC over everything unless they're playing UMass, which never happens. Then I'll go UMass. Dime hates the Clippers. I see in his eyes. Okay, I don't hate the Clippers. I just don't think our team is very likable right now. Scam. I'll put it that brief. I just don't think it is. Clippers going as far as Harden takes them. I still love them though. We've seen this script before. Oh, they're ready to pounce. Don't worry. Shaft said some Russ and James stands are already out of their damn minds, but winning cures most ills. You're right. Wild to say both Clippers go as far as Harden takes them, and also Clippers scariest team in the league. Fish said, I'm just here for the in-season championship parade tomorrow. Really said,
what up, Fish?
Harden got the same treatment Russ did. Just like Russ, when he proved himself, he got the love just like Russ. Yes. Beastbrook, not happy Russ went to the bench. That's a Twitter user. Players can only be judged on their track records. That's why people are on Harden. If he does it for the Clips in the playoffs, no one can say anything. Until then, he still has a lot to prove team-wise. Scary is the most overused word in hoops culture right now. Clippers don't have enough defenders, in my opinion. Asking Kawhi and PG to guard other teams' best players isn't sustainable anymore. See, I agree with you, Ace Boogie, but right now it's working. Can they do it the whole season? That's the big question for me, especially staying healthy. Because Terrence Mann is alleviating that a lot in the starting lineup, which he's doing very well defensively, even though he's had his offensive struggles.
But y'all see what I'm saying when it comes to certain players? Why Kawhi and Paul George can't keep it up all season? Why not?
Because what other players around the league that are the two best offensive players are guarding the best wing and point of attack guys all game?
That's their
There's no one that
job.
does it. No,
So
they're
let's
not
stop.
around the league.
So let's stop calling them the best two-way defenders in the game. then.
I hate that shit. I fucking hate that shit because that's not the players that we got.
Come on,
They're
man.
acting like Kawhi's defending like 2015. No, he's
Come
not.
on. Who fault is that?
The media. The media.
Hold on. It's the media's
You
fault.
are the media.
Hold on.
No,
No. Wait. Hold on. You telling me it's the media's fault that Kawhi Leonard isn't playing defense at a high level no more?
No, he is playing defense at a high level. I hate when they say they're two of the best two-way players in the league. Well, they are, but if they act, that makes it seem like they're two of the best defenders in the league right now. They are not. They're playing good defense. They are not better than guys like Drew Holiday.
You said they can't keep it up all season. I'm asking you why not?
Oh, because they've had way too many injuries and they have to do stuff offensively. What other players are you asking this of? Jason Tatum and Drew Holiday have Derek White and Jalen and Jason Tatum have Drew Holiday and Derek White to help this problem for their side. LeBron don't guard nobody all game. He guards the worst player and sits on the block. And Vanderbilt in them and Reddish guard the best players.
LeBron was ever known as one of the greatest two-way players ever?
No.
All right, then.
No, at one point he played on a high level.
Extremely, but he said one of the best two-way players ever.
The answer is no.
Okay, but I think Kawhi Leonard's defense has been overrated since he became an elite offensive player because they don't ask him to guard the best player all the time anymore. Just simples.
They shouldn't have to ask him.
Bro,
I'm surprised
what
that they
other
don't.
player does this though? Even Kobe in his later years with Gasol, they got Ariza and Meta World Peace to guard that guy.
How old are they? Aren't they 33?
Yeah, they're both 30. I think Kawhi's 32, Paul's 34, or 33 and 34.
And these guys can't do that all season at that young age. Okay.
That's not a young age. 10 years ago, that would have been you're out of your prime. Anyway,
that was 10 years ago, Don. It's a new era. Hold on, listen.
You're asking a lot of
the Denver
these
Nuggets.
in my eyes.
The Denver Nuggets stats from last season. Murray was he shot the most with 16 shot attempts. Joker was behind him with 14 point with 15. Then it was Michael Porter with 13, and Aaron Gordon shot 11. This season, go ahead.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on. I want to ask Flea this because we really just glossing over what we just said. I know we want to get to our last topic, but hold on. This is my problem with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and a lot of players. Why are we so easy to just dismiss how guys are not taking I don't know what word I'm looking for, but you see how Dom just did that, Flea? You don't have no problem with that?
I get it. I get both sides of the argument. What I mean by that is this. You gotta still take pride in wanting to be able to get stops. You know, you were considered at one point two of the best two-way players, like lockdown defenders. Kawhi is a two-time back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year award guy. Paul George was one of the guys that, you would put on your best player, right? So, yes, I do agree with they should still be taking pride in wanting to get stops. But I think they are asked to do a lot more offensively so that it's just natural. It's gonna take away from what they're doing on a defensive end, especially Kawhi Leonard.
And by the way, to please what Flea just said, taking pride in getting stops. Kawhi Leonard takes pride in getting stops every basketball game he plays. Mm-hmm. He does not have bad defensive games. At worst, he'll be okay for the standards that we hold him to. He's always pretty good because he actually cares on defense. He actually takes pride in it. So that's all I got for that one. Jimmy said it's quiet because people are busy watching other things. Get the fuck out of here, bro. People will comment on shit even when they don't watch the games. Which parade will have more people tomorrow? The Lakers in season 1 or the one Cowboys fans gonna have it being Philly? Ty Lue looking better than ever. I disagree with that, Shaft. 2022 season, he was the best Ty Lue job. James Harden got outplayed by Max Strus and Jonathan Simmons in elimination games. He can't be trusted. That's true. That game 6 against the Spurs in 2017 where Kawhi didn't play, Harden quit. Absolutely. Ace Boogie, not true. Others aren't as good as the stars, but Terrence plays good point of attack defense, and Zubac's a good rim protector. LOL, says this guy, DC. Harden is going to break the curse this year. Harden is going to break the playoff curse this year. What's that mean? Does that mean we're going to win the championship? Because he's been to the finals. LMFAO, good one, Fab. The train will be back in the playoffs for sure. Wow, Mel's agreeing with you a lot today. His contract is too small to be traded. He'd have to be waived. That's an interesting conversation. Is it literally too small to be traded? Would people not, is there hard? I don't know. I feel like people would take Westbrook on a small contract.
Yeah, it is a good contract. It was a 2 year, 16
Ain't
million.
nobody taking Westbrook, man. Stop
we
it,
know,
man.
All right. We know Harden can get a team to the playoffs. We know he can put up video game numbers. We don't know if he can help a team win when it matters. Apparently, things only matter the second Saturday in December in Vegas. LOL, sister. The Facebook thumbs up.
So somebody on Facebook, but we're not on Facebook.
That's so weird. Talking about Harden failures in the playoffs. Do you forget he's on a team with one of the best playoff performers of all time? Yeah, Trini, man, but it goes both ways, right? Now Kawhi, who's great in the playoffs, is playing with the guy that we have all these doubts about. So, it goes both ways. And we have Westbrook, whose playoff resume is not all the best either.
With some of the best playoff performers of all time.
He's talking about he's talking about Kawhi Leonard because he raises his play in the playoffs every time.
All right, man.
Are you guys being stupid?
Lord have mercy, man.
No,
you guys don't understand who this guy is in the playoffs. He
had one great playoff run, man.
No, he did not. No, he did not. In 2017, he was kicking everyone's fucking ass, and then Zaza stepped under him.
What round was that?
Hold
on, no, watch this.
No, that was the first round.
Right there. So
it was the conference finals.
No, that was the conference finals. That was the conference finals.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
He was killing in the playoffs. He was going crazy.
Yeah. And they were.
Hold on. Let's slow down. The Zaza Pachulia slide under the thing. That was the conference finals?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
That's crazy.
Wait. Okay, that's one. Yeah. Name another great playoff run, please.
2019.
Okay.
In 2021, before he got hurt, he was literally averaging the best efficiency since it was 30 plus points on 60% shooting, same as Shaq, but he was shooting from outside the key.
Dom, I love you. He had two great playoff runs in his whole career. Let's stop, man. Stop.
No,
but that's not.
And 2014 wasn't bad either.
Yeah, he always plays better in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The only year you can say is the bubble. That was the only second round. First round he was killing. But
that's not the issue. That's not my issue with that statement. My issue is that Harden is always going. Why? He's been around plenty of great playoff performances.
I agree with you.
Don't take it off. Kawhi doesn't got nothing to do with Harden. Kawhi Leonard, everybody always over exaggerates this guy. He had two great playoff runs in his whole career. Stop it.
He literally
won a final. Winning finals. So the first one wasn't because he was a role player that overachieved in the finals. It wasn't a great playoff run because
he didn't even average 20. What are you talking about?
In the finals, he did.
What?
So
what?
So
he was locking up your favorite. Exactly. He was locking up whoever your favorite player was back then. He gave him problems.
How many years has Kawhi Leonard been a superstar in your eyes?
I would probably say since that Zaza Pachulia.
Okay.
Probably since
that's
then.
Fair. Okay, so that's 7 years, right? We have the 1 year where he had that whole debacle with San Antonio, so they didn't even. We can take that out, right?
Right.
That's 6. We have the year where he tore his ACL and didn't play. So then that's 5. So now we have 5 years to go off. 2017, he was amazing. 2019, he was amazing. 2020, he was amazing, but then he choked in the bubble, so we can say he failed there. We can say he failed. He failed. 2021, also amazing.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. When we say amazing, like how are we doing this? Because
30 points a game on great efficiency, helping his team win and defending at a high level.
How far did he get in the plaplayoffs in all these runs?
2017 is in the conference finals.
And he got hurt.
Okay.
He got hurt.
2019 he wins the finals.
2021 got hurt again when we were going to beat Utah, and we probably would have beaten Phoenix. I don't know if we would have beaten Milwaukee, but we would have. You think Phoenix with Chris Paul and Booker are going to beat us with a healthy Kawhi averaging 30?
And Paul George was killing.
Yeah, and then last year was the last one.
He was going back and forth. He's going.
Yo, KD is so lucky, y'all ball. KD is lucky because Kawhi was.
And we do remember the first 2 games of that series last season where they had no answer for him. No
playoffs. The only thing that stops him in the playoffs more than anything is his health. Besides that bubble year, which was an anomaly.
Now that you say
I understand your frustration too. I do.
You think I'm not frustrated?
I do understand your frustration. But
what's the frustration?
He gets too much props and not enough flack.
It's
man.
it's not enough consistency, like
at all.
Has anyone talked about in the media that he's played every single game this season? Has anyone said anything about it?
Nobody.
They don't give him. They always Stephen A wants to come at him every time he doesn't play, but when he does, no one says a word. And
So
it's okay.
Nah, but he's supposed.
Okay with it.
He's
So
supposed
now
to play every game. Like,
thank
now
you. We giving
can't-
guys props
No,
now
but
for playing the
every
first-
player's not doing it though. Every team is load managing their guys, and Miami gets no shit for it.
Dime. They're in a player option contract year. He better play every game. He better get dragged off that court. There's no way he opts in and you're gonna be happy about that. And he's missing games again.
But
you're not.
If he plays 70 games, though, we're all gonna be satisfied. Right now, he's not missed one game.
He's really Kaiser Soze.
Listen to what you're saying.
But I've already admitted to you, Fabian. I've already admitted to you that my standards for the modern NBA player is lower. And I've made that determination in my head that I need to lower my standards for this era because the media feeds me bullshit. They don't want to play every game. They don't let them play every game.
Whatever class you went to, you need to take two with you. Whatever class you went to, Dom, take his ass with you. Enroll him in the same class, please. Help him. Help my brother.
Yeah.
Help him.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna keep reading these comments though. He said Reeves. Easily for his third option. DC. Rockstar said all those teams he was on was unsuccessful. He's a top 5. That's not true. He's a top 5 shooting guard and came short everywhere he's been. You can't tell me the Rockets were unsuccessful. In fact, Harden's been successful everywhere he's gone. We're just talking making the playoffs. Reeves seems to have AD and Bron's trust, especially scoring the ball, but D'Lo does a good job to feed AD. That is true. D'Lo and AD chemistry and pick and roll is really good.
Very well. I love watching them. Yeah.
I want to say this about Harden too, because I know it comes off. I just despise his game, but that is true. When he was at his apex, any team he was on was top tier team, best team in the league, damn near every time. OKC, Houston. Brooklyn, if we're really all three of those guys in his prime and his peak, they were all considered a top 1 or 2 team at a certain point. So it's not like Harden is not, you know what I mean? Like that's who he is for us, but we got to judge him. We're splitting hairs when we're talking about the greatest.
AR is less consistent, but more clutch. I don't know if he's less consistent, to be honest. RC Kim says, make a move with what? Pods and Kuminga isn't getting the Warriors back a third star. Those guys are playing well this season.
CP3. They're going to trade CP3 in one of those
guys. You got Wiggins. You got a couple players. What are you talking about?
Wiggins has been falling off so bad, man. It's terrible. What's going on? He's like 28 years old and he's just playing awful. Especially offensively. Yeah.
Jordan Poole wouldn't have helped us either. Like
I missed
he's been exposed.
Yeah, I missed it. Who saw the Great Alaskan Shootout last night?
hey, Fleet, I see now why Mark Jackson ain't got a job. Because he'd make these mugs work. Yeah. These dudes is getting lazy. And they good. They good. That's why when you get a Wiggins, and I've been said this, when you get a Wiggins to come in and it works for that first season, you get the chip. Now that his stocks is high, you trade him. I've been said this.
But they have a problem defending, and he's one of the only guys that can do it.
He helped them defensively, but they're scared to trade him because those guys are not growing up. Like you always say, the Kumingas, the Moody's, all those guys they haven't grown up.
Fleet, just imagine what they could have had gotten right after the finals. You get rid of Wiggins, you get rid of Kuminga.
Why would you trade somebody coming off a championship? That's ludicrous. When he's the second best player.
What is he doing now?
That's in hindsight.
But
you brought him there for that one reason and one reason only.
So you get rid of him after he wins the chip, you just get rid of him?
But for me to be consistent, Don, you're right. Andrew Wiggins was one of the best players in that finals run, right? But what did I say about these Denver Nuggets? They've done nothing to upgrade that lineup, right? So Golden State did nothing to upgrade their lineup going into the 2023 season.
Yeah, right?
Is that so? I don't know if you move one of your best defensive players, but they didn't do anything, right?
Yeah,
so
I agree with that. I don't think getting rid of Wiggins is that play when he plays your best point of attack defense by far.
Okay,
that's fair.
Now it's a different conversation. But all ball saying right after the ring, you'd be crazy to do something like that.
Once again, all I'm saying is when you bring a player in and the job actually get done, thank you very much. All right, now how you think Golden State been winning? Like Flea been saying, they've been picking and plucking all them years. Bruh, he ain't no... Listen, it's showing. It's remember, y'all say track records. This is who he's been. This is who he's been.
Yeah,
that's true. From Wiggins, right?
This is bad for
Yeah.
offensively.
Yeah,
Even
that's
in Minnesota, the offensive, he was never this bad.
Well, that was our point with Zion, though, old ball. Like, this is who he is, and he's in a way better scenario than Wiggins was in Minnesota. But to your point, this is who Wiggins was in Minnesota. He was a number 1 draft pick, but it wasn't like he was doing anything outstanding. Now them bad habits seem to be getting to him in Golden State. It seems like. So that's why I didn't want Zion on the team. But I do want to highlight, let's not overstep this. The Denver Nuggets are one game from being in 7th place, like Mr. Fleet predicted in the offseason. One game, they lost 3 in a row. They're 4-7 in their last 11.
He
I just got to
called it.
salute. He's on his way. I wish we would have made that fucking deal, that bet on FanDuel beforehand. We want our money too, FanDuel. We're coming for you.
They're too good of a team to finish in 7th right
Yeah.
now. Like after watching them the first quarter, like they're where they are right now because they're dealing with trying to get Jamal Murray back into the swing of things. But I think once the season concludes, if I had to revisit my picks, in terms of 1 through 7 or whatever, I would have them a little higher now. Just watching them, and but I don't have them winning the championship again. You can book that.
I was gonna say one thing. I'm still Denver's my favorite, but I'm not as confident as I was to start the season because we're starting to see that what Fleece said is mattering. They did not add anything, and they They lost Bruce Brown. So their only play to be still at that level is the fact that they're a younger team with guys all in their primes right now.
Yeah.
And that they're just better than everybody else. But we'll see. Jokic, by the way, in the last 2 losses, he's been terrible. He's been terrible.
Yeah. He shot like 9 of 32. He shot the worst of his career. Hold on.
He's been 18 for 53 in his last 2 games.
Damn.
The worst of his career. Oh, but what you think about this? And it sounds crazy, but what if Denver took a shot at Andrew Wiggins?
I would love
it. Bruce.
I would love that.
Wiggins off the bench? That'd be great.
I would love it. But it also makes my point I said earlier, and I'll just be brief. Yeah, you lose Bruce Brown, which was a big loss, and Flea was totally right. Got to give him props. But this is where guys like Michael Porter steps into that slot and steps his game up.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that too.
He's a 6'10" player that's athletic, that can move his feet. And I've watched him dribble at the free throw line wide open and take 2 steps back to shoot a 3. He does nothing but want to shoot 3-point shots.
That's true.
Literally,
he
nothing
does shoot
else.
a lot of long-range jump shots.
He hunts it. He hunts the 3-point line. Now,
Great point, Fleet hunts. Yeah.
But to get to his credit, he can shoot it. Like it's not like he can't shoot it.
Agree.
But he does hunt that 3-point line like a motherfucker. And either he's taking a long 3, he's taking a 3 or a long 2, like Dom said. Nothing at the rim, which would be great for a guy his size. Like
he has a mismatch on the court every game, bro.
I'm just about to say the same thing you said. There's a lot of times where they could create so many different mismatches where Michael Porter Jr. could eat on imagine Michael Porter Jr. having a post game.
Come on, man.
His level of
It would change everything for them because there's so many times he has smaller defenders on him.
His level of play would skyrocket.
Just go on the block and just be a threat at the post. You ain't even gotta have a post game, but just be a threat.
His shit was skyrocket.
You don't think the IQ in the level, in the knowledge that the Joker has, you don't think he's annoyed at that? You don't think he's saying his mom when he's home with his family, like, yo, bro, we got a 6'10" dude that has all the potential in the world.
No,
but he does nothing but want to shoot 3. Okay.
I don't think Jokic talks basketball with his family. He probably talks about like horses and stuff.
Okay.
Not like
to your point. To you guys' points, we'll go to the Knicks. Michael Porter Jr. shoots 54% of his shots are 3-point shots. So
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Over
half a guy that's 10.
And then what is his FGA? And then what is his field goal attempts per night, Fabian? How many shots does he take a night? If over half are threes.
13.7, and he shoots 7.4 3-pointers a game.
Come on, man.
Jesus Christ.
And he's not the only guy that does that, but it's just like usually somebody's getting older or just someone that doesn't have that kind of ability.
But see, I guarantee you the analytics be encouraging that shit because he shoots well from 3. So they're probably like keep gunning him up there. But it's like, is there got to be a balance? Right? Go ahead.
No, that's a perfect segue for the Knicks. That's what the fuck is wrong with them. All I've been reading about, seeing is, Julius Randle, they were encouraging him to shoot more 3-pointers last season. That's the reason why the Knicks, that's not good basketball. we're pissed off right now because Tom Thibodeau left Jalen Brunson in the game late the other day, and he got hurt. Damn near broke his Achilles. It looked like we all got scared to death.
Talking about somebody's track record. Go ahead, explain how he done that many a times, Fabian, please.
Coach and that's Tibbs. Been in his reputation, right? Derrick Rose, was it Jimmy Butler? I know he did it with RJ 2 years ago. I think it was in the season. He left him out there for too long. And even with Julius Randle, you should know better. Like I guess he's a workhorse, but it's frustrating, man. We haven't to Flea's point. We didn't get better in the offseason. Like when we missed out, shout out to Mills Media. She made a good post today about all the draft picks that we missed in the last 10 years. Lord Jesus Christ. SGA, of course, Halliburton is. I forgot about when we drafted. Was it Kevin Knox for whoever it was, either
Knox was a
SGA
bad
or somebody.
one.
No, right. But hold on. But to our credit, you can't say all the guys we missed in 10 years, because if we get one of those guys, then we are better. So those next couple of years, we're not in those draft picks. And you get what I'm saying, Fleet, in those bottom half. So meaning like
there's a lot of guys we missed on.
Right. No. So what I'm saying is, let's say when we drafted Frank Ntilikina, who we could have had in that draft?
Donovan Mitchell.
Right. So what I'm saying is, Fleet, if we get Donovan Mitchell, we're not that bad for the next couple of years that we're at the bottom. See, so for me, because I was going to make a post like that, but I said, hold on, you can't really do that, because if we do get a Donovan Mitchell, then the next year we're not at the bottom.
But
missing
you could absolutely.
What draft pick did you get? What draft have the Knicks gotten that's been super like great because you were ass? You know what I mean?
But you could absolutely anyone. You can absolutely make that post, because that goes to, I think me and Fabian talked about this offline. That goes to who we have in the front office, our scouting, how we look. Like, you can be critical of that too. It don't have nothing to do with, okay, if we did get Donovan Mitchell, we wouldn't have been bad. Fuck all that. You could absolutely make that post, because we have just struck out. Indiana has two of the guys that we should have got. That we drafted Obi, we traded Obi to the team that we should have drafted Tyrese Halliburton. Like, I'm gonna say this.
Wow.
I was always I come from an era where the Knicks always go and try to make the splash, right? They're always trying to throw money at something. They always get the guy at the time of his career where he's not at the point where he once was, right? That's the era that I come from, right? We get Melo, we go through that era. So now we in this era right now. And we've done a lot of great things, right? We haven't done anything that has really truly upset me as a fan, right? We've drafted decently. We could talk about who we missed on, but who we have drafted, we've drafted pretty decently. But it's stale right now. It's stale, and something has to happen, because staying pat and doing this the next couple years, we're not going. All the teams that are behind us are just going to keep getting better and get better than us. We've plateaued with what we have right now. Something has to go so that we can add something to elevate us to the next level. Like, something has to happen right now. So,
let me great point. Let me give a shout out to BG, because what I do is, when somebody, gives a great point, I got to give them props, which I kind of knew, but he said this. He said, yo, man, a lot of the bottom teams is on the rise. Look at Detroit, look at Orlando, look at Indiana.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say Detroit's on the rise.
No. When I don't mean on the rise, like meaning like but I'm saying they're better.
They have young assets.
Right. They're a quality basketball team, meaning, like I said, they don't look as bad as they looked last year. With them young guys over there, if they play their potential, like I said, look at Orlando, look at Indiana, look at Brooklyn, Atlanta, even
we have the exact same record as Brooklyn right now.
Exactly. I'm gonna say this about our Knicks. We have to shake things up.
Yeah.
We have a star point guard in Brunson. We have to make a decision. Are we going to build around Brunson? Or, like you said, Fleet, are we going to stay stale?
Yeah.
Our front office is horrific. Our coaching, we have a defensive coach, and we probably the worst defensive team in the league. He knows nothing. Well, not the worst. I'm exaggerating, but guys putting 140 on us. He knows nothing about offense.
That wasn't good.
He's a bad player coach also. Nobody likes him, wants to play for him. He works you hard enough in practice to where you could potentially get hurt in practice. He keeps guys in the game when the game is over. We are in a bad state.
That's crazy because you guys are the 9th best defense in the league by stats. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but let's be realistic. All right, besides Mitchell Robinson, who's our great defender?
Exactly. RJ's been doing really well this year, but
he's played
that's
well.
That's the
He's
thing.
played well on that.
Yeah,
right.
But the numbers throw you off, Dom. Like if you watch them and go, what the hell is so great about this defense? Like
okay, so I think the Clippers too. I feel a similar way where I think we're pretty good, but we're not insane to me, and we're 5th, which tells me there's not that many insane defensive teams in the league.
No, but Dom, y'all have the players that can make a difference on the defensive.
Yeah, we have better defensive personnel.
Zubac, Kawhi, and Paul George. That's why I'm saying for us, this is when numbers lie. I'm gonna let y'all go, but for my Knicks, first Brunson gets hurt. Now Mitchell Robinson is hurt. It's a disaster. And then now with these other bottom East teams that's rising up, listen, man, Flea just made a great point. We are very stale right now. Very. And it's possible we may not get out the first round this season. If just imagine, right? And if these injuries are as serious as we hope they are not, and we keep dipping, bro. If we 7th, 8th seed, we playing. If we 6, 7, 8, we're playing Philly, Milwaukee, or Boston.
You know what? Any timetable on these injuries?
No, with the Mitchell is no timetable. With Brunson, I'm pretty sure
Brunson was questionable. Brunson is questionable for tomorrow night.
It's not severe.
We play Miami tomorrow night.
Right.
But they're not built like that's the thing about Julius Randle that we always give him credit for. He's built crazy. His DNA is like similar to LeBron.
Yeah, he's fought tough.
But Brunson's not built like that. Mitchell Robinson was never built like that. We were always worried about Mitchell Robinson, and that's part of the problem with all right, cool. We got some science projects. You guys figured something out with these players who were drafted 25th, 23rd in IQ and Mitchell Robinson. RJ Barrett turned out to be, he's okay. He's okay, but you were able to turn, water to wine in a sense with that. Enough of that shit though. You guys, we have assets. We do have to shake things up to your point. Like we do have these draft picks. Again, we spoke about it last week. Minnesota traded 18 draft picks for Rudy Gobert. That changes everything. Yep. Gobert's an elite defender, and he plays every game. He plays every game. Mitchell Robinson, we need something to supplant all that. Like it's a good blue. I think they have the right blueprint, but they just need better players. And I don't really know where you go with this. I don't think Zion is the answer. I don't think we can go get Andrew Wiggins and shit like that. Like we need I know Mikal Bridges is going to be on the radar, but who else can they really get? It's a
player I vouch for that everybody thought I was bugging. Why not go get Zach LaVine? We don't have to re-sign him. But why not do something to shake it up for a season? Remember, Fleet, we don't have to re-sign them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying we have to do something.
Yeah, I can't turn my nose up to any potential opportunities for us because what we are right now is like literally that. And Fabian hates the term, but it's basketball purgatory. Like we in a spot that we are not contenders.
We stuck.
And we're not gonna fight for a 1, 2, 3, 4 top pick. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's a bad spot to be in. And then on top of it, to go back to what Kenny Smith was saying, we never get on the basketball court and really have the best player. Like we always have to play lights out. We always have to play better than you guys. We may not have the best players, but we always got to play better as a team to get the 12 wins that we have right now. Right? So
look, teams like Phoenix, right? With the Bradley Beal move. There's teams with players that they just want to get rid of them guys. It's possible. Why not? When I seen the DeMar DeRozan thing, right? If we could give up 48, let's say Grimes, in 2-3 picks, why not do that? If it doesn't work, you don't re-sign them and you let them go. I'm saying, right, we have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
We have to.
Mm-hmm.
And me being a Knicks fan, I'm tired of this feeling. I'm tired of arguing with people. I'm tired of being laughed at. I'm tired of this shit. I'm being for real. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous when we have a city that's fiending for a championship. We have a market that no matter what, you're gonna sell out. We have a fan base that's fanatics that's gonna support you till the day you drop, and we can't do nothing. It's ridiculous. It's out of control, man. It's out of control.
Well, listen, I got a coach that I think we need to start looking at for to replace Tom Thibodeau, but I think we'll talk about that on Wednesday.
Ooh, I love it. I don't even want to know who it is. Yeah,
I think
please surprise me.
Talk about that on Wednesday. So
Wednesday.
Comments, Fabian? Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get to the
comments.
comments.
I think
hold on. Before we finish the show, Dom, please, 30 seconds. I know you're a big LA guy, Clippers fan, but from the outside looking in, watching the Knicks, what do you think we should do or need to do?
Oh, you guys said it best. You got to make a move. But my thing is, to me, if you want to be a real championship contender, you need to make Brunson the second option. But how many first options can you go out there and get right now and trade for? That's what's tough. I think Brunson would be good as a second option. But as a first option, second round team to me. Yeah. But yeah, I honestly, as much as I think DeRozan and RJ Barrett and Randall would be a little weird, I mean, you got to do something, right?
Something.
I'd rather have Levine, honestly. But even though we have our problems with him too, neither of those two are necessarily like super favorable. Not likable. They have Josh Primo, the strip club king and the stripper king on the same team. What's not to like? Is Flea a Laker or Knick guy? He's a Knick guy.
I'm a Knick guy.
My question is, are we going to have a 30-year in-season championship reunion or ESPN 30 for 30?
Yo, Fish going crazy.
They ask AD to do it all year. This is the difference, DC. AD is not guarding perimeter players. He's guarding in the pick and roll. Different. I'm with all ball. They should be the best two ways all season. That's the problem. They pick and choose when to do so. I just think you need to find me players that do these things. It's not like going back to like John Havlicek or something. But back in the day, you're playing matchup basketball. It's a little different. Robert Paulson said, even Jordan rested on defense as he got older, but he'd step up when needed. That's all PG and Kawhi need to do now. Clippers need them on the floor.
Okay.
What player in the league has to cover up defensively and score more than AD? Probably none. It's a pick your poison situation. Disagree, Dime. You can't have Kawhi in the best player of the entire game. You can do it when for ending towards the end of games because they both still do that. I never disagree with that. I said as much as they're doing throughout the rest of the season, I'm not sure. Because it's not just the end of the game, though, Scam. If you look at it, when teams have two stars, we're starting Terrence on one of them, and then we put the other on we put one on the other guy. So that's what I have to say to that. At a certain point, you can no longer be an elite defender. You have to pick your spots at both ends. Physically, you can't do it every trip, every game. Non-basketball question. Who's your favorite rappers? Oh, wow.
The guard Rakim.
Tupac is my favorite, the West Coast guy, but I still love Biggie, Rakim. These are good names. Nas.
Yeah, I'm still a Hove guy. So
Jay-Z. Okay. Andres Harden stands says LeBron's the best player in the league. Are you a LeBron stan in your side time as well? He's not the best player in the league. Angel Hall says Ashanti or Alicia Keys. Who's more beautiful?
Give me Ashanti. Give me Ashanti. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going down.
You ready?
I'm not close, but I'm going Ashanti as well.
Hold on. You ready for my answer? No makeup, neither one.
No makeup. I think Alicia Keys is still. She don't wear makeup anymore.
Alicia Keys is beautiful though, but
without the makeup, I haven't seen Ashanti without makeup, but her body's crazy.
It was game one though. What are you talking about?
Why would he say that, Flea? So shout out to Nelly, man. He got that old thing back.
Yeah, that nigga Flea a funny nigga, man. Flea started being a bad influence on me, man. I gotta stay away from Flea, man.
Is two sitting in the same bougie spot where he watches Knicks games, taping beige background colors?
Yo, Fish is crazy.
Rockstar Mel said Kawhi was the leading scorer last year too in the playoffs before he got hurt. Had KD looking like a baby. Only thing with Kawhi is that he's only been able to finish one great playoff run without getting injured. That is true. I will give you that. He ain't averaged 20, but had Bron shook like a little. Whoa, Mel saying he had Bron shook.
Of course he did.
2019 and 2021 playoff runs are comparable. One great playoff run is all cap. Leonard has been in the league 12 years and he has had 3 memorable playoff runs, said Kareem Sharif. I can't think of any wings Kawhi's age that was asked to be both the primary scorer and the team's lockdown defender. Setting aside whether Kawhi is capable of this, the Clippers, Really shouldn't have put him in this position. Well, Terrence Mann, guys, really helps, though, in terms of taking that assignment to start games. As Scam likely said, it's been now more Kawhi in spurts and to close games doing it, which I think is fine, but can he do it to go the distance? I'll say one thing. Harden dribbling and doing as much as he wants offensively alleviates a little bit of that. Rockstar Mel said Kawhi is him outside of injury. Scam said they were telling Kawhi to retire in the offseason. What do you mean doesn't get enough flack?
Yes, Stephen A. Smith definitely told him he needs to retire.
That is true. Some media guys really be getting on Kawhi. Injuries complicate everything, but healthy Kawhi has been arguably the best player in every series of the last 6 years played, other than the Murray-Jokic one in the bubble. One exception. That's true. Kawhi has played every game, but he hasn't put up Kawhi-type numbers, so he's in a no-win situation. Facts, Dime. The bar is definitely lower with these players. LMAO at Flea. The Walmart Danny Ainge is the third player on the Lakers. Okay, that's harsh on Reeves. Reeves is talented. Reeves, D'Lo together aren't an all-star. Isn't your third supposed to be? I don't think so, Fish. I think you can win a championship without a third star, as the Lakers showed in 2020. RC Kim says, who's trading for Wiggins' contract and giving up a star when he's been bad for a season and a half? That's a good point.
Yes, he's got a heavy bag right now.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, since last April, right? Ever since whatever rumors happened, it was downhill for Wiggins from there. From February on, it was crazy.
Yeah, good
this
point.
Is true. And wow, that's amazing. You just said that. Nobody's talking about it, but Wiggins hasn't been the same since he had those mental health issues. Well, his dad was dying, so that's really relevant.
Is that what happened?
Real sensitive. Yeah. It's touchy.
Yeah, that's what was going on.
Yeah.
Dang, God bless, man.
The goal in Houston wasn't West Conference Finals. Goal in Brooklyn wasn't second. In Philly, the goal wasn't semifinals. He's an all-time great, so it's unsuccessful. If that was any other superstar or all-time great, it's chip or bust. I can't argue with it. At their peaks, how would you rank LeBron's best teammates besides him? At their peaks, Dwayne Wade is obviously number one.
You got Kyrie. Nah. You got no. Hold on. He said. How do you rank them by peaks?
At their peaks, it would for
it's
me.
Anthony Davis.
Nah, it might be
Dwayne Wade.
It might be D Wade.
Yeah.
Peak D Wade. Remember, D Wade is arguably the third greatest shoot guard all time. Where do we rank Anthony Davis, whether big men or power forward or centers all time?
I don't rank him.
I think for me it's going to be D Wade, Kyrie, Anthony Davis.
Oh wow, Kyrie over Davis? I'm going with Wade.
Just
Davis,
for
hold on.
Are we talking about individual play? Like I would need more specifics or the impact they had next to LeBron. Like what is
Flea.
No, I think he's talking about at their peak in general, and I think Davis peaked higher than Kyrie on his own.
Hold on, you ready for this?
Peak, yeah. That's AD is over Kyrie if I'm talking about peak, peak.
But
peak
Wade is for sure. I can't believe Fabian's pushing back on that. Wade is for sure number one.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought it was like impact.
Flea was going where I was going.
Hey, fellas, can I ask y'all a quick question? And we make it just, you don't even got to give an answer. Maybe we can save it for another day. Peak. What about Chris Bosh versus AD?
I'm going Davis. I love Chris Bosh. I'm going Davis.
So it's not even close? Okay.
I don't know if that's a.
I disagree with that.
I'm comfortably choosing AD though.
I disagree with that.
I like that you like Chris Bosh so much though. He deserves more love.
Yes, he does.
But I don't even think him and Anthony Davis are even in this.
Bosh was never a top 5 consideration in the whole league. AD has been in that conversation.
Exactly. I mean, I understand why you guys are saying, but D Wade, he's an MVP candidate and everything. But AD, he wasn't an MVP candidate as long as AD was in the league. AD and
that's not a championship team, Fabian.
Okay, but AD was also AD. Also, I'm thinking of the way they play on the same team, like their chemistry. I think AD and LeBron.
That's the question. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A big and a guard. I mean, though LeBron's not necessarily a guard. That combo that can work in pick and rolls and shit. That's the ideal basketball combo. It's a big and a guard. But I thought he was just asking for their peaks on their own.
Hold on, y'all are underestimating the chemistry with LeBron and Chris Bosh as well. He can pick and pop. He can knock down a short jump shot. He can roll to the basket. He can do I'm not saying he's great defensively like AD. I'm not saying that. But he's a great rebounder. He's done some things as well.
No, you're right about that. But the difference is that I think if LeBron had only played with Bosh, you could maybe make that argument. But because he was a third option, he was relegated to really sacrificing the way he did.
But
I don't put him over AD.
But he sacrificed his game tremendously. He didn't have to
Massively.
do that. Right. He knew what he was getting into. He ain't have to go there.
Please don't go make a video for Chris Bosh. We don't need that. Okay?
Oh, come on.
We don't need that. We don't
you
need
wrong.
Hey,
that.
all ball, please do
We
it.
don't need that.
Look, you
You
know
know-
what's
you know
crazy?
what sucks,
About a
guys?
month ago,
Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say one of the most underrated guys that don't get enough props.
He's true.
Listen,
I'm
Flea,
completely behind this.
that
Yo.
rebound he got
I
to
am
kick to
against
Ray Allen, and Ray
I am
Allen
against
actually traveled. Listen, who
What?
got that rebound?
He didn't travel.
Okay,
He didn't
But
travel.
that was
He
a big-
practiced that. He practiced that shot
Yo.
every day in practice,
travel.
bro.
Did
He
he
used
good?
to lay down. He used to lay
Okay.
down in the paint, stand up, and somebody would pass him the ball in that 3-point in the corner
And he'd
every
back up.
single
That was
game.
incredible.
That's what that they was. I remember reading that on Twitter when I have like, this ain't real. And then the coach, what was his name? Not Fizdale, whatever his name was talking about that. Do not make a video. Is hilarious. And here's another point.
I might make it just for Flea, and I'm gonna shout you out in the video.
Yes.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Go ahead,
You've
Flea.
been impeccable with all the players you've done. Not Bosch. Leave
Why?
him. Shit.
Got
It was
you.
wrong.
Got you.
But here's my thing. Two things. Those we both agree it's either Wade or AD as a P player because they're that great. But it sucks that both were that injured when next to LeBron. That really sucks. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two,
Yeah.
the reason why it's
rings
Chris Bosh and AD is not close is because if AD is on that Miami team with D Wade, AD is not falling to be into the backseat as a third best player on that Miami team.
Yes, he is.
He ain't gonna
He
be
has
like,
no choice.
nah.
He has
Yes,
no
he
choice.
is.
Nah.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
Nah.
He has
Yes,
no
he is.
choice.
No,
Yes,
he's not.
Yes,
He has no
He's gonna
choice.
be the best. He's
Yes,
gonna
he
be the best defensive player on that team, and they're gonna have
Yeah.
to feed him every game.
They're not gonna
He's a
have to feed him.
mismatch. He's a mismatch. Of course they are. He's a mismatch
he
on
is.
every single play in that era. If Tyson Chandler's
why?
killing, that's what AD's doing. He's a
What are you
mismatch
talking-
for
this
everybody.
Anthony Davis? I'm a
No,
big
at
Anthony
his-
Davis.
AD would have did the same thing Chris Bosh
He
had
was-
to do. He probably would have
Oh,
just
nah.
been better
Fabian.
at it.
Fabian, he was in the league. What are you talking about? He was playing in the NBA. You're acting like he wasn't playing in that era.
AD was not there back then. He was not in the NBA.
Only the
when,
first 2 years of the big three wasn't, but 2014 and 2013 and 20 like he was there.
Okay, but he
There was
wasn't
a lot
on
of
the
better
Miami.
power forwards back then, by the way, that actually were power forwards, real ones, not
Okay, but
small
he's-
ball threes masquerading as fours for spacing.
You also got Wade and LeBron there on a fast break. Like they are meant to play with a guy like Anthony Davis to make the job easier for him. AD with D Wade with AD would have been insane. LeBron would have been sitting down. That combination would have been crazy because D Wade loves to feed the big man. So that's what I'm saying. Like they would have fed AD might have been averaging the most by default.
With
He
Chris
wouldn't have been
Bosh,
no 15 a game like Chris Bosh.
Hold on. With
Y'all
Chris
are
Bosh,
bugging.
Chris Bosh
Hold
is a
on.
great pick and pop player,
Yo,
though, as all ball. So he
with
can
Chris
shoot.
Bosh, they went to 4 straight finals and won 2 finals. Why are we acting like they didn't win anything?
Right.
I'm not saying they. I'm talking about they get that much better with AD.
So they
If
win
you
all
have AD
4?
on that man.
Do they win all 4?
They might be Dallas. They might get away with it because now
It might be Dallas.
They win 4 straight.
They could. Why not? You have three
Possibly.
MVP guys.
I would love. That is probably some of the best basketball I would love to watch. Anthony Davis and Tim Duncan going at it in the playoffs. That would have been beautiful to watch. I don't know. I don't know the outcome, but I like that. I like that. Those
Dallas made this mistake trading their best defender after winning the chip, Tyson Chandler. Never contended again. Yep.
Thank y'all. We thank y'all.
LeBron, AD, KD, Wiggins, Kyle Lowry, and a number of other ain't do squat in the playoffs, so they joined that. Okay, that's really harsh on LeBron to say he didn't do squat, man. I watched this every single playoff game LeBron's played in his career. He was hitting the ground running with a triple-double in his first game on a Saturday afternoon on ABC. I watched it. For my 7-year-old self, I watched it. Kobe had Shaq. MJ didn't win till Pippen. Oh, my God. Are we using these Twitter narratives, bro? This is not the channel for Twitter narratives. What does that have to do with anything? Oh, you're responding to that comment that I just said? Anyway, Wiseman, Poole, Kuminga never upgraded their games. That was the problem. Kuminga never really got a full chance till this year, though, in my opinion. Move Kuminga, those 2 bum white dudes. Okay, Pods is no bum. And Sarge is playing well, Fish.
Hey, man.
CP3, Wiggins, and Peyton get a consistent 3 and scoring 5.
It's you know what I realized? It's okay to make mistakes. Golden State made mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like people are afraid to say that. They got guys that, let's just be honest, it's not good basketball players. Yeah, they made the league.
Kuminga's not bad, though, guys. I think he's actually been a bright spot for them.
They could have very well drafted LaMelo and not
Thank
Wiseman.
you.
They could have very well did that.
When it was that draft, I said this before I even met you guys. I always said you're supposed to pick the best play. Whatever pick you have, you take the best player and worry about everything else later. Yeah. They got the wrong player. That's just a fact. It's a fact.
Or Halliburton. If they would have
Jamar out
Halliburton,
here
it'll be crazy right now.
Nah, but LaMelo at that time was the pick.
was the guy. Yeah, Jamar out here
No,
typing.
but they talked about Halliburton. They just overlooked him for whatever reason, but they talked about him. They just
Flea, Halliburton better than LaMelo? Just leave that alone. We'll talk about that another time.
that's tough, man.
Right now, I'm taking
LaMelo.
I'm taking Halliburton over the last 2 years.
Yeah, but LaMelo before he got hurt,
I'm not
he
gonna
was
get my
tough,
take.
bro.
We'll talk about that next during the week.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right on cue. He said out here typing MJ didn't win till Pippen and sending it. Go back to X, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's Twitter talk. I just hope Denver doesn't add Caruso or someone like that. That would be nice.
Major.
Yeah, that would be tough.
I was referring to be a perfect Bruce Brown replacement.
And he's on the plate. He's on the plate right now.
Flea, listen.
That's the move right there.
Chicago want to blow things up. So a lot of these guys you could get for a nickel on the dollar. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Trade him like Zeke Najee and Peyton Watson for Caruso. That'd be a good haul for the Bulls.
That would be beautiful for Denver.
And both teams. Yeah. I was referring to Harden joining Kawhi can be what he needs to get over that hump in the playoffs. We know what you meant. Is Dunleavy a legit front office guy that can pull the trigger or a Blue Devil clown?
I don't know if he's good at his job yet, Fish. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. He needs to
listen. At the end of the day, though, it's all going to come down to if Curry's willing to part ways with his boys. It's always going to come down to that. 34-year-old. Oh, by the way, I heard a rumor that Curry's actually down for them to move Thompson, but he has to get in replacement for him a second option that he can rely on for the next couple of seasons. I wonder who that could be.
Who is that?
I don't know. That's for them to figure out.
I'm being honest. If Curry doesn't, and I know this is far-fetched, but if nobody likes Embiid or Giannis or just somebody crazy goes to Golden State, he's not winning no more. He may have to pull a Dame Lillard.
No, he's not leaving.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. If he doesn't do that, then if you don't get nobody over there that's just like out of this world, bro, it's over.
All right.
34-year-old. Okay, yeah. But explore that for a second. Who again? We keep talking about this. Like, who can they go after?
Oh, somebody said that they mentioned Levine, and he said, and Curry said, "I'm not sure on Levine."
Wow.
Yeah, because Curry knows that you got to get a guy over there that's chip. Like they need a fade Flea. Damn, they need the guy, a Giannis.
That's a guy that's arguably better than Curry, though. We're looking for a second option.
Once again, Kate, I'm just telling you what the Golden State need. Okay. They need the guy. Sorry.
34-year-old Harden isn't anybody's Pippen. Get you. The Clippers have enough. Oh, interesting. I think we still need one more big forward. Was that a lie? RC Kim says, one thing I noticed about the Lakers during the in-season tournament is that guys like Reddish and Vando aren't great because they come out from the jump and annoys other teams and make the work. Huh? Aren't great or are? Tibbs breaks his players down. Aren't great, but I mean, huh? It's a troll or dumbass narrative that tries to paint Pip as the catalyst for winning. That's a lie.
How many we got left? Because we winning way over time.
We're almost done. Clippers need more guys like that. Just pests. You can't ask stars to do that. No narrative. Great players need a team sport. I agree. But all the Knicks needed to hit on was one of those players, though. That's what you guys are talking about.
Very true.
Having a player capable of playing his role and at an all-star level helped take the burden off Jordan from doing it all. That's a fact. Yeah. Don't rub it in. You've made trash picks if the Knicks have a legit front office. Run front office. RC, don't you think Russ is a pest on defense when he wants to be, of course? RC Kim said, Bruce Brown, Pat Bev, Caruso, top guys. Clippers lack grinders. We can use one more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're acting like I'm taking a shot. But Pip wasn't that guy when he got there. It took him a few years to get there. He wasn't even an all-star for this first chip year. Russ is very up and down on defense. Makes huge lapses in judgment and effort for every flashy blocker steal. I think this season, though, he's been much more up than down defensively. Jamar said, tell it to Magic. He credited the win to Popper's defensive impact. He and the coach.
Pippin's defensive impact.
Did he? It might not be intended, Jamar. I don't know what's in your heart, but that's how it's used. Every player needs that. When he's locked in, Russ is a defensive pest. Of course, MJ was the unstoppable scoring. Also, Russ barely plays anymore. He can't grind people down. He doesn't even come until the second quarter. He doesn't come in the second quarter, but yes, he's not playing much. Knicks need a box office superstar / household name. Okay, Jamar, now I don't know you don't know Ish. Jordan was the primary defender. Now they're just arguing about Mike. You need a Caruso type who lets the other team star know he's in for a long night from Jump Street, and Russ can't do that playing 18 minutes off the bench. I agree. You showed your hand, young fella. Go do your own research. Don't rely on social media trolling to get your facts at the time. Josh Hart or RJ the best defenders? Oh, yeah, Josh Hart plays D.
Totally forgot about Josh Hart.
I agree.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Key man up to do that. Yeah. Jordan was thought of as the best non-center defender too. Only later as the Pip being the better defender narrative popped up. Is that true, guys? Because Scottie
Is
Pippen
what
was
true? Is what true?
that Jordan was considered the best non-center defender, or was Pippen right in that conversation?
Mike was a Defensive Player of the Year award winner in a time when bigs were patrolling the paint and were the defensive stalwart of a team. This dude went out and became the best defender in the league. Like,
let me ask you this, Flea.
Huh?
Let me ask you this, Flea. If you need a guy to get a stop on a wing player, are you taking to save your life? Going Mike or you going Pip?
Mike.
Okay, so it looks like you're agreeing with Robert Paulson. Robert is saying that the narrative has become that Pippen was better after playing the.
I think that it depends on a if it's a point guard, I'd rather have Pippen on him. Yeah, if it was a point guard, I'd rather have Pippen on him.
I don't care who it is. I put Mike on him. I don't care who it is.
Nah, I do. If it was a point guard, they would have shook Mike's ass up like they normally did. Pippen was a lockdown dude for point guards like that.
I'm saying that Michael Jordan was an elite defender before Scottie Pippen even figured out how to play defense.
Right. That's true. I think that became like the shit in the 80s was like Alvin Robinson is the first guard to win the Defensive Player of the Year with whoever it is. Then Michael Jordan, I think, is Sidney Ronke's the first one, and then Alvin Robinson, then Michael Jordan. Okay, and then when Pippen gets there, that whole myth happened. We always talk about this. That whole myth. I even thought that as a kid that they switched Mike and Scottie Pippen in Game 1 of the '91 Finals, and every game after that though, Jordan was guarding Magic. So that was all a myth. But that because of that, people say Pippen was a better defender because of that one game. And it's just, I mean, they're the two best of the '90s probably, aside from Rodman, defensive players in the league at that time. So you can't win. I mean, you can't lose with either one.
I'm not going to read the back and forth these guys are having about the Bulls because it's not relevant for us. Knicks fans even making Dime depressed. What's up?
Take us home, dog.
Fish said, "This is why I'm only going to read the ones that are not related to the Bulls. This is why I love Knick fans. Gotta hide shoestrings and belts at least 6 times a year. No makeup. Alicia Keys look like Sis.
Oh, Swiss.
Looks like Swiss.
Just keep going.
Mike. Fun fact: the Clippers technically have 13 rings because of the owner swap. Yeah. I'm not doing that. Please don't disrespect Danny Ainge like that. Anthony Davis is not better than D Wade, Fabian. Stop it, man. Danny Ainge extremely underrated. But where's Danny Ainge getting all this love from? Anthony Davis is a top 40 player ever, but Wade is a top 25 player ever. Are you making the metric, Gen Z? I agree with Wade. I don't know about 40. Wade not top 25? I'd put him in mine probably. Yeah, my man Mitchell Wade was grave at that time. It was tough on me. I can't imagine on Andrew and his brother. It was death's door. That sucks.
Damn.
AD, top 40 talent, not top 40 player. Okay. AD is greater than Bosh. Chris Bosh at his peak is even better than Siakam. See, I disagree, man. I just disagree. I think you were young and didn't watch it, and you have bitterness towards Bosh like every other Toronto sports fan. But Bosh, like, he was really good. He was dragging ass teams to the playoffs. I think it's arguable with Siakam, but I'm taking Bosh. And he would be better if he played now, by the way.
Yeah, I think he's better than Siakam.
I'm saying this as a Raptors fan. Yeah. Yeah, you know, bro, understand that, but you understand that Raptors fans are very bitter towards Chris Bosh still because of and rightfully so for the way he exited.
Y'all still hate Vince Carter.
I think they may have gone a little softer on bro. But Bosh, there's still the wound is heavy. Are we talking about year before Jordan Braun or when they started playing together? Wade was maybe best for the first year together and best as far as career goes. Bosh unlocked that underachieving Hedo squad. You think so?
Yeah. Him again.
Yeah.
Well, I just think what Russell Westbrook did this year, Bosh did that in his prime with the Heat. So yeah, he did unlock them, of course. I would think.
I don't think so. Because Westbrook's getting relegated to under 20 minutes a game. Bosh was still the third best player, and he was a focal point of their team.
So Bosh, so little
Toronto Pascal is a more talented player. Is he though? I don't think you remember how good Chris Bosh was in his prime, bro. Better. I give him better playmaker, volume creator. I don't know. I think Bosh is better off the ball. Can we agree on that? 80s consistent heart. Get the paddles clear. Left the paramedics breathing soft on him. Phoenix, Bosh had to sacrifice his game as a franchise player before going to the Heat. He was not a franchise player in Toronto. He literally was your franchise player. I don't know what you're talking
He
about.
was. What the hell is he talking
He
about?
dragged you to the playoffs with Jose Calderon as your second best player. Have you watched those series, bro? I watched it, every single one. The Bosch is going to be one of those players. You know what, all ball?
Chill.
Making that video. Yo, you know
we need that video now. Now
you know what sucks,
All
though?
right, we need that.
Here we go. Rockstar Mel. You know what sucks about Bosch? I was looking up his highlights for Toronto, and you can't even find like a real highlight mix of him on the Raptors, which is terrible.
He was really good for them. He was good.
Almost as bad as not being able to have a Chris Kaman 2010 highlight reel. All right. When I think of franchise, I think of Kevin Garnett, not Chris Bosh or Siakam. Okay.
I mean, Garnett's a different level.
Yeah. Who's a better, Bosh or Charles Smith? Bosh is better than Charles Smith, I would think.
Way better.
He was the leader on that franchise.
That was an indirect Nick
Of course.
Bosh got a game-winning block. I like how everyone's defending Bosh now. Yeah, you can't get away with lazy takes on my channel, Phoenix. Bosh is a first ballot Hall of Very Gooder, but no AD. Bosh is in the Hall of Fame. I would like to see if Siakam Turbo. I agree with you, Fish. That doesn't mean he was great. He won 3 freaking playoff games. Yeah, listen, if Siakam had Jose Calderon as the second best player, he wouldn't make the play-in, brother. Sorry to break it to you. A lot more talent. And I like Siakam, too. A lot more talent been around Siakam than Bosh. Facts, bro. Fred VanVleet was better than any player Bosh was playing with in Toronto. Would we agree on that, guys?
Yeah.
1,000%.
I look at some of them Toronto, those Toronto.
They were starting Rasho Nesterovic, bro. They were not good.
Yeah, I gotta look at some of those rosters.
Oh,
Rasho
they said
Nesterovic. Yikes.
They said Ryan said if the big three had prime AD, they easily three-peat. What talent has been around Pascal Siakam outside of the 2020 team, please? I'm listening. Fred VanVleet's a good player. Scotty Barnes is a good player. OG Anunoby is a very solid 3-and-D role player. Like they didn't even have very high quality role players.
He played with Kawhi Leonard also.
He said after 2020. He said after 2020. Though.
Yeah, I know. To make their argument. I know.
Right, exactly. Who said he was great? Who compared him to KG? I say he was a friend. Yeah, it seems like everybody is against Phoenix, and you're on the wrong side of this one, Phoenix. Had 0 points in Game 7 of the finals. Now you're going to after Toronto. See? It's a narrative. It's because you like LeBron and your Toronto fans a little bitter. You discredit Bosh. Cool. Bosh is going to – let me tell you something. If Bosh hadn't gotten injured in 2016, that Cavs team would have had a series on their hand.
Fellas, I'm the old man. I don't mean to be the party pooper. If y'all staying on later, the old man got to go, man.
Go ahead, man.
I got to be to work 4 in the morning.
Yeah. No. Let him close out. Old ball, if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes? No. Because do y'all thing. Remember,
right?
The old man got to go to bed. Hey, Flea, I'm gonna make that video for you too.
Yeah, I need it.
Bosh wasn't even as good as Pete Gasol. I agree.
I might start dying on my grades.
Phoenix, you ain't listening and you're shifting goalposts. I agree. It's a mid-off. No, I think you're just discrediting Bosh. KG versus Giannis, we can go all day with that one. We'll save that for Wednesday, Kill P. I'm going with Garnett, though. How about that? This is something I'm willing to entertain. Lowry, VanVleet, Barnes, Norm. Oh, yeah. Lowry was on the 2021 team.
He was.
Yeah. Why are we ignoring a high-quality team? For what reason? Kawhi versus Grant Hill? Interesting. I'm going to take Kawhi. I think he peaks higher. Even if you want to make the case he had better talent around him, doesn't matter. Pascal. Based on what? Is it still a better player? My point of quality team, I don't care for Pascal, just a flat-out better player. The playmaking gap is massive. I don't know about that. Massive. I think he's a wing player, and Bosh is a big man. Again, I'd have to go back and watch Bosh and see how he handled double teams and all that at that time. But it was much harder to create good shots in the 2000s, bro. Like, you Raptors fans complain about bad spacing in the modern era, but you still guys have spotted out outside the three-point line. That wasn't the case for Bosh. I'm not the one saying this. Guys who watch the Bosh era are saying this. I understand, but, like, I have to meet them and, like, really hear their basketball points. You know, I'll give them that same respect. But there is a lot of bitterness with Toronto, bro, with Bosh. I just – it's a mid-off.
I mean, who was it's not a middle. I mean, it's KG back then. Right, but it's KG, Amari Stoudemire, Tim Duncan.
That's another thing. He played in the golden era of power forwards too, Bosh.
Sure yeah. Rasheed Wallace was there, but he was
Elton Brand.
Elton Brand was,
a lot of good. There was a lot of good.
So many good ones. Zach Randolph. I mean,
there's a lot of
Marcus Aldridge, David West.
A lot of good fours.
We can keep going.
A lot of good fours.
Man, shout out to the power forwards of the 2000s, man.
What are we talking about?
Really had one nice year that's maybe as good as a top 5 Bosh year. Ooh, I'd have to really sit there and think about that. Clay, Wiggins, or Dre got to go. Maybe 2 of them. I don't disagree.
Hold on. What is Siakam? He's a power forward.
In today's game, he is, but he came in as a small
Yeah,
forward.
in today's
He's undersized.
He's about a 3 or 4.
Okay, he's a power forward. So who else is a power forward in the league right now?
Giannis, who's the best one? AD's playing center now. Sabonis is playing center. Randall.
Okay,
Look at the names we're naming the comparatively. The Wemby.
Right, but this is Siakam. If he played in the 2000s, he ain't fucking with no
He's
KG
gonna be a small
either.
forward.
What the hell is this guy
He
talking about?
He wouldn't have been a small forward. He wouldn't have been a power forward. He would have been a small.
Yeah, he
forward.
wouldn't have been playing.
Exactly.
Playing for.
Because he wouldn't have the skill. Well, even at small forward, he would have struggled because he doesn't have a mid range game or a half court game.
Siakam
Not like those small forwards in like Melo. Now we're going to small forward in
Melo.
the 2000s. LeBron, bro.
Yeah,
the
but
2000s. Where's Siakam?
He still be a good player, bro.
Siakam, dog. If Siakam is playing in the 2000s and he's either playing power forward or small forward, where is he going to be a top 5 guy? Chris Bosh is damn near top 5.
He's not top 5 in his position. He's not top 5 in his position.
Siakam would have been a good player in either era.
Siakam would have been all right in the 2000s. He would have been
good.
okay. Yeah, but he would have been a third option kind of guy. But he wouldn't. My point is that Chris Bosh stood out with those guys. Yeah, that's my point. Siakam would not. Siakam stands out because he's with these guys.
I don't know if I'd call. Would you guys call Pascal Siakam a legitimately great playmaker? I'd call him a good one.
He's the decent playmaker. He doesn't blow me away with his playmaking ability.
Pascal took 2 games from Philadelphia against Joel Embiid and James Harden. No FEV, no Scotty. Bosh would get swept.
I don't want to go back and forth about Pascal Siakam. Like respectfully, like.
So many great franchise players haven't been playmakers like that. It's a plus for Siakam's game, but it's not like Bosh is some ball stopper. Siakam is crushing teams distributing. I agree with this. He did take a couple games from Embiid and Harden. That's true.
I thought Embiid just
leading to the playoffs. I can't believe the Raptors got home court advantage, dude, in 07. Like that was nuts. Siakam for sure could not have filled Bosh's role with the Heat. Diamond, your honest opinion, do you think Bill Russell's an 11-time champ? No, I don't think he's an 11-time champ in today's era. Of course not. But Bill Russell's the man. He earned those rings. Fabian, go watch the video of AI crossing everyone on the Bulls except Jordan. He got him one time and then Jordan learned. Well, I mean, Pascal literally showed he can be a third option in 2019. That's true. That's true. Russell maybe wins more.
Yeah, that might be the most iconic crossover in the history of the NBA.
What?
That one time was too fucking good, Robert Paulson. That was crazy. That was a flea.
Yeah,
he tried to bring home the point guard that Jordan could guard point guard shit. Nah, he ain't guard Kevin Johnson. He ain't lock up. Come on, man. That was crazy.
We were talking about Ryan.
Oh shit.
We were talking about guard.
Guarding the point guard. He said that AI was crossed everybody up on the Bulls, and Jordan learned that one time from the word. Then and I was moved from the point guard to 2 guard after that. But
not for nothing. Mike had 40 that game, and they beat Philly that night.
Oh, really?
By like 20.
I never even heard that.
Yeah.
Ryan said talking about best defensive players in the 90s without mentioning Akeem. We were talking about perimeter defenders, not bigs.
Bro, Akeem Olajuwon's the best defensive player ever.
Wow. Like, I'm going Bill. Yeah. I have to watch Akeem tape. I'm going Bill.
With the fleet, yeah,
the rules. Hey, he got 10 blocks some seasons, bro. I'm going with Bill.
What do you think Akeem would have did in 1960? They would have.
He probably would have gone the same.
I can't wait for Dom to come back and say, "Jesus Christ, Hakeem Olajuwon is phenomenal." I can't wait for Dom to come.
I already think that.
I can't.
You mean when he finally lands on Earth and starts watching recent tape, and he's like, "Oh wait, these guys are really great in 1983." Word time.
I think so too. I think every era is great, actually. But I think the rules of the 60s really favored shot blockers more than any other era. So that's why I give Bill the edge. But also I think he's really smart too.
I can't wait for you to lock in on Dream so you could come back and be like, yo, this motherfucker is.
I'm going to say that, but I'm not going to discredit Bill.
No, I know.
Bosh was better than Love. Facts. Siakam was absolutely cash in 2019, and they don't win that chip without him. That isn't the same as whether he can morph into a totally different role and win chips that way. I agree. All ball looks like he wants to go to sleep time. You're right. Maybe they should look for the Bosh highlights in the park. DeRozan, Bosh. That was after. Bosh was legit Hall of Famer. The slander's amazing. Okay, Fish.
True.
Father Time beats everyone. Hey, all ball. Put some respect.
Yo, Yo, we got some funny commenters, man.
Yo, that was
I'll
good.
fuck with y'all, man. That was ill.
good. That was good.
Hey, old boy. Yo, Robert Paul's a funny dude, man.
Oh my God. Toronto fans should be mad they live in Toronto. Bosch, Carter, you got 2 Hall of Famers in less than 30 years. Knock it off. Oh my God. I'm just worried the Lakers will treat this isn't like it's a title and they won't take the playoffs seriously. You think so, Terminator? Fabian cracked up when I mentioned Bill. Fabian, what's your honest assessment of Bill?
Bill Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I think you know, Don hates when I say this, but I it's the same thing with Rodman. There's no way Rodman's a top 20, 30 player in the 80s and 90s. How the hell is he gonna be a top 30 player in this era? It's totally different eras. I think Bill Russell will still be a top 20, 30 player in the 80s and 90s and the 2000s, but not in this era. This era, he would just be, he wouldn't be
Defensively, though, he'd be a menace. He could guard everybody.
Of course, but you can't say Goldberg's going to the bench and they game plan for him the way that they do, and a bunch of these guys who just can't shoot a jump shot. Even but Draymond, and then even with Draymond had to be that guy with that level of offense and help orchestrate the offense. Bill Russell would have to do something like that. If he's on a team like that, then we'll recognize him as a Draymond type. But if he's not in that scenario, it'll be tough for him to be Bill Russell. You know, I'm pretty sure he still show all that fervor and be disciplined and be a super. And also, he played every game, right, Don?
He plays a lot. There's no load.
Yeah, so
he's durable. He played 48 minutes in series, dude.
Right, I think he'd be like LeBron and Julius Randle in that sense. But I don't think he's not gonna. He might be a leader and everything like that. But come on, man, like he's not gonna be on. He ain't gonna be no 10 championships. He's gonna have to have a Golden State kind of team.
Raptors fans have softened up on Vince. Rob Babcock was horrible. The way Bosch lifts still stings. Yeah, that's what I said. Hakeem had a case for Defensive Player of the Year the year MJ won it. It was the first time it happened ever. It would have been a carry normally. There's literally a video of him trying twice more and not getting him. Oh, okay. That was the Iverson he's talking about. Also helped there were only 8 teams. That's not true that there were 8 when they won most. Actually, maybe it is. Right. He won with 14, he won with 12. No matter how many they put, he still beat him every time. And then there was 17 teams the year after. And we didn't have a back-to-back. So you're telling me those 3 expansion teams is the reason why we had no back-to-back champion for like 20 years? No, because the Celtics were nice. That's why.
And going back to the Iverson thing, he's not really – Flea's going to kill me. His handles aren't really Tim Hardaway. It wasn't Kevin – like, AI didn't have the controlled handles like the Kyrie, the stuff when you see guys now. He was kind of out of his mind with that shit. But that's not just because AI couldn't get Jordan every fucking play does not mean he could guard point guards. That means he can time AI pretty well. But there were other guys in the league that he was not guarding Tim. You know what? I might be talking on my ass. I'm gonna go look up some Tim Hardaway versus fucking go to Chicago Bulls highlights. Robert Paulson. I don't think he could guard point guards. That was the knock on.
By the way, whoever said that about Russell, it's factually incorrect. They did not win majority of their rings with 8. The only till 1962 season they introduced the Packers. It was the 9th team. Phoenix says Pascal would be fine in the 2000s. He's already playing with negative spacing and scoring. If anything, Pascal will look even better. No, nobody gets better unless you're opposed to big. Going back to that era offensively, no one gets better. That's crazy.
That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny.
No one gets better when you're playing with less spacing in a slower paced game.
He's being sarcastic. He put LOL. He's playing with even less spacing now because they can't shoot.
No, that part is true, but this part is not. If anything, Pascal would look even better. No, he wouldn't. Nah, Dream stat line versus Louisville was 21 points, 22 rebounds, and 8 blocks, and he didn't even know how to play at the time. That's wild.
Oh, Hakeem, right? Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Uh-oh. Guys, I'm freezing. Go to the next comment, though, Bob, until I get back in it. Go to the next comment. Bill Russell was a 1%er.
Okay, Bill Russell was a 1%er. Then, as a 1%er, he developed to be above most others. His development would look different now, but he'd still be a 1%er. What do you mean by 1%er? Like that? You sound like you want Warren Buffett to run the world or some shit. Where's this comment? God damn it! Wow. Damn, is that many comments? There it goes. Pascal needs to go to Indiana or Golden State. This garbage spacing and the fact him and Scotty play similar roles doesn't help Monty Ellis' Steph situation.
I would like to see him in Indiana. I would like that for them.
Yeah,
I'm back.
my guy needs help.
I think Bob Cousy shot like 38% for his career and he was their point guard. Absolutely. But again, you really have to look at the relative field goal percentage for the league. And there's real things like not prioritizing shot selection, just throwing up shots, because when they introduced the shot clock, teams are like, shit, more shots equals more points.
How many comments we got?
Rims, we got very few. Bill Russell will rarely be your leading scorer, but he can orchestrate your offense any night from the high post. I agree. All-time teammate, all-time strategist, all-time runner, all-time passing big. I would also like to add all-time competitor and basketball mind. I've said
That
Bill
doesn't sound
Russell
like Draymond.
This is so disrespectful because DeAndre Jordan did not have good hands. He was not as coordinated, and he had a really low basketball IQ. So I think that's insanely disrespectful. And I had prime DeAndre Jordan on my team. He had a low basketball IQ. So with Russell, there were only 8. Huh?
No, I think I know what I said, but I think Bill Russell is he's gonna be a high IQ guy. Like I don't like they go
Jordan too.
Why are we in this Bill Russell bag right now?
Right,
because they ask us questions about him.
Because Dime is a in his time machine.
My guy, that's my favorite center. Him and Akeem Olajuwon probably.
He said probably.
I'd probably go with Bill right now because he just does everything to win without scoring, which I love. All right, so with Russell there were only 8 teams, so it was weak. With Jordan, it was weak because there were too many teams watered down. These dudes can't win with fans. That's true. 100%, Robert. It's just hard to compare eras where guys are taking cigarette breaks during timeouts and work second jobs. No, first of all, the cigarette breaks thing, they were saying that about early 80s players. That's a case-by-case basis. And by the way, even with the cigarette breaks, they're not fucking taking games off like this era, RC Kim, 1. 2, and they're playing at a fast pace, and they don't travel in first class or private jets. Like, nah, man, I'm not even going with all that. Second jobs is relevant, but I'm going to challenge you to do the same thing I ask everybody else that says that shit. Find me one player drafted in the 60s that worked a job because they had to do it, not because they wanted to make extra money on the side by running a summer camp. Find me a player in this that was drafted in the 60s that did it. I'll be waiting.
Yo, Flea's from Queens like me, right? There was always some Eastern European motherfuckers that could play ball all day long, and they always smoked a fucking cigarette in between games, and they used to amaze me.
That's a fact.
Yes,
that's a big
like Vlade Divac.
Yeah,
they just smoking. Like I'm like, oh, how the fuck are you smoking cigarette and playing full court all day, all day,
and niggas and nice.
Points / shots should be the go-to efficiency stat. I don't know why people points out of shot. I disagree with that personally. Yes, Bobby. On my point being, it was easier to be a good defender against bad offense. Okay, you can say that. I don't have scoring a lot of points, but you're right about. I mean, yeah, the rules restricted offensive players too, like the dribbling. That is easier to defend, but that's part of why I say Russell, because the rules, based on the rules, Russell's impact was the highest. All these guys in every era.
It was easier to play defense in every
Absolutely, it's easier to play defense back then. There's no doubt because offensive players are restricted. Yeah, all these guys in every era are the elite of the elite. They develop as their era allows. If those alpha 1% guys exist in any era, they're still the best. I agree. It's the confidence and the mindset to me that sets you apart.
I still don't think Bill Russell's going to be better than any one of these guys. And he's not going to be like, it's tough to pick him over. Look who we have in our top 10 right now. The SGAs.
But it's been 60 plus years, Fabian. You have to give him a chance to develop. The point is, Bill Russell's still that competitive guy.
I don't give a fuck how competitive he is. Draymond was never in my top 10.
Draymond is playing in this era.
Al Jefferson is better than Bill Russell in his era.
Who?
Al Jefferson.
No, he's not even close. Can't even run up the court in that era. I'm a big Al Jefferson fan, by the way. He couldn't run.
He threw a crazy Molotov. He was trying. He threw the fucking. He flinged the Molotov. He tried to get you down. He almost got me. I'm surprised he didn't get you.
I really do. If you were to describe Nate Thurman in one word, what would it be?
People are disrespectful.
No.
Strong.
Lockdown. Why does Fabian look like Rockets Mellow? Interesting. Fabian, wasn't Mark Jackson's primary defender in 1998?
Wasn't who?
Mark Jackson's primary defender?
Maybe. Hold on. Fabian, wasn't Jordan Mark Jackson? Mark Jackson? Okay. And he locked him down?
That's Jackson's rookie year, too. Jackson won rookie of the year, I think. That year.
No. Hell no. In 98?
88 or 98?
98. He was talking about the Pacers.
98. Oh, that game. Oh, that series against the Pacers. Was Mark? I would think Harper was. I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah.
Either way, he's not. Nah, Mark Jackson was playing like a slow down game at that point. He wasn't really. He was, back to the basket for 20 seconds. He helped change the rules like that. So he said I look like Carmelo on the Houston Rockets. That means I'm fat. What did he say?
I don't even know what that means. To be clear, I agree. Russell was great. I'm just having fun. Yes, you better. Jordan is not. This is the last one. And this is all you guys. I have no comment on this. Jordan is not a good off-ball defender. Changed my mind. He consistently gambled and had his team playing front dudes for no reason. Jesus Christ.
He was probably one of the best guys to play the passing lanes. If you could find me a better person that played the passing lanes in his prime than Michael Jordan. Like, I don't like, aside from sitting in the chair and taking on your best offensive player, the guy's anticipation skills, being able to block shots, just everything, even team defense, knowing where I attribute the fact that he was so good on defense to Scottie Pippen being as great as he was defensively. Like, that's all about being competitive and effort. Damn, the best player on a team can score almost 40 a night and go and play defense on the other end with the same kind of intensity. Shit, I gotta get great. Hell no. So, nah.
Wow, and then Flea never really goes that hard for Mike. Go ahead, Fabian.
No, that's not true. I wouldn't say that.
I'm not on the four Sportsmen. He hasn't.
Only when you compare him to Kobe and LeBron, but when Flea understands once. Like, the only time he really bugged out was with Jason Kidd, which was crazy, and he really bugged out with Artis Gilmore. That he really bugged out then. But those are little lapses that Flea has here and there. But you're talking about the bar. Like, that was Jordan's flaw. Yes, that he would overplay on passes and shit like that, but that's because he was killing so bad. He's a gambler, bro. I really think he gambled on games and all of that. He was crazy. He was way more gifted than everybody around him. What would you do if you were Jordan? You would just stand there like you have someone who's that competitive and willing to just not just do it all on a basketball court and take advantage of everybody, show everybody up basically in a competitive way, not in a throw it in your face. Yeah, how can I explain it? Like, he really was trying to beat you down in every way possible, and playing the passing lanes was a gimmick that, let's say, Allen Iverson led the league in steals one season because of that. Jordan did it, and yeah, it was his flaw on defense, but it was also a reason why they started so many fast breaks. And then you turn that into a transition basket most of the time. Come on, man, like that didn't make sense.
Okay. Hot take: perimeter defenders today are much better than the perimeter defenders of the past because they have to guard in the most spaced out era plus no hand checking. I think I agree that it's tougher to guard. I don't know if they're much. I would not use the word much better, but in my opinion, the best perimeter defenders, I think the 2000s had the best crop, but I think we got some good ones now. I don't know what you guys feel about that. It's hard to prove that. You'd have to really watch the film. What do you think?
I think it takes more skill now. I think you have to be a more conditioned athlete nowadays to be able to defend one-on-one. I think back then it was more schemed to funnel to one side of the floor. It was schemed to funnel to your big, and he do a lot of the work on the defensive end. So I think it probably takes a little more skill right now, but I do think back then you had to be just flat out tougher, right? Like the idea wasn't to switch on every pick and roll. The idea wasn't to, it's okay. A lot of guys had to get over screens. A lot of guys had to meet the guy when he was setting the screen so that you can get over it, because having a guy switch matchups, that was uncalled. That was foreign to coaches back then. You know what I'm saying? So I do think you got to be more skilled, but I think you had to be more tougher back then.
Yeah, if you have anything on there, Fabian?
Perimeter defenders today are much better. I see much better. I don't think, because I don't think I understand what people are saying, because you do have a lot more guys who are 6'7" and above who are more skilled today. So that's what they're referring to. And then back then, like we talked about before, the hand checking rule, it wasn't just for point guards and stuff like that. We're forgetting that the small forwards and power forwards, they could really keep you in check also. There was a lot more, again, more leeway. And I won't say lazier, it made you a lot more lazier on defense or less, I guess less skilled is what he's saying. But just the amount of possessions that you would have to do this for and have the stamina to withstand or to play defense for that long now, that's tough. I think again, it's way more tougher to play defense in this era.
I
Way
don't
more.
disagree with the tougher. I don't disagree with the tougher. I just
Right,
don't see that I think there's too many guys, bro, that don't take this much pride on the defensive end on a nightly basis. Period. The defensive emphasis from the youth level down is not as strong. Yes, go ahead.
No, okay, I see what you're saying. Because you guys,
there's games
I don't watch.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I don't watch college ball and high school ball like that. And you guys, and we have a following that does. So when you guys say that, that's different because again, growing up in the 80s and 90s, that shit was that college atmosphere in the crowd. Defense was a part of it, like playing lockdown, a block, having a crazy block was a part of the game back then. And I don't even see blocks like that in this era. Like there really isn't and it changes the whole game.
The defensive emphasis is not the
same. Yeah. So
it's different.
Yeah,
it's a different game. But if we're talking defense, it's just hard for me to say anything's the best in this era. I'm sorry.
Y'all finish up the comments. I gotta jump out of there.
Yeah, I'm hungry as hell. Russell 6'9" to 15. I know he played against Wilt, but I think his lack of size might have been an issue. Well, they would start lifting weights. Back then, that was supposed to be bad for your shot. Phoenix, you weren't old enough to watch Boston Toronto, so why are we going to change your mind on Jordan? Every team had a player Russell's size back then. Small ball more successful now than ever. That's true. Yeah. I believe Jordan is the GOAT. It's him or Braun. Depends on the day for me. I don't know, bro, but you having an opinion of a guy you never saw doesn't move me. I'm with Flea. Kobe's over MJ. Wow.
Let's go.
You're both wrong.
Me saying he wasn't a good off-ball defender. He said me saying it wasn't a good off-ball defender is a bad take. Apparently it is, according to my panel. I think people tend to forget that MJ didn't start winning titles till his late 20s. What does that have to do with anything? Yeah, it's true. MJ's a gambler on and off the court. Bro, all ball. I just heard your take on LeBron saving the tournament. Bro, it might have been the worst thing I've ever heard. You're a young guy. Of course, Bron is in your GOAT combo, as he should be. In the 1980s, we couldn't watch most of his games unless he lived in Chicago. We're missing a lot of MJ at his absolute physical peak, including defensively. Imagine if Kawhi was allowed to hand check. I agree. That would help him a lot. Same with LeBron. Same with any strong players. I agree. So the opposite of the offense thing. I think good defenders would have it better, easier back in the day, which is I can do it both ways. I'm fair. He was known for his fundamentals in guarding the passing lanes. Yes, he gambled a lot, especially early, but it was hardly a weakness. Watch his game. So this is exactly what you said, Flea. Seems like Robert Paulson and Flea are on the same wavelength with a lot of things.
Today.
Really?
Last week was nasty. That's my guy, though. RP, my guy, man.
OG Anunoby, Herb Jones, Jay McDaniels were allowed to handshake Mike. Yeah, it would be great, but you're acting like there were no good defenders in the past. Like Ron Artest, like they were real good dogs as well. Tayshaun Prince. The removing of the handshaking hurt him for sure.
Yeah, but there's a lot. These guys are great, man, and we're starting to get back to the handshake and stuff. They're gonna start bringing that in there. But these guys, man, you listen. You know that's why again when KG made that stupid ass comment the other day, we don't really hone this era. You know what? This is a time we do have to give these guys these props. The OG Anunobies, the Herb Jones. That's why I'm so hyped about Asor Thompson on Detroit and how Monty. I don't know what Monty's doing over there, but I'm hyped about this. Chet Holmgren looks amazing. So defensively, there are a lot of guys, man, but they again, it's tailored to this era. Yeah. Chet Holmgren ain't doing that shit in 1999. He might get his ribs caved in.
Prime Kawhi would lock MJ down with hand checking. Prove me wrong. I don't think anyone's locking down Jordan, personally. No. He's an unstoppable. He has counters to everything you throw at him. Caruso,
he does,
I think Kawhi's a good guy to throw at him. I mean, of course, Kawhi's a good guy to throw at him.
Remember what we just said. The two best perimeter players in the 90s is Jordan and Pippen. And then you go throw Rodman in there. Pippen was guarding Jordan every day in practice, and he was killing him.
Yeah, so he's got a great first step, and he's got crazy elevation on his shot. Like it's hard to guard someone like that.
But I personally believe Kawhi is a better defender than Pippen.
Okay,
I think so.
I mean, no argument there.
I haven't watched Pippen in his prime yet, so I can't comment. Don't get your takes just off other people or selected highlights. Jordan in his early years versus who he became very different. Okay, but then their own defenders would get the same advantage. I'm not sure this would work out as well for them as you think, Phoenix. You guys
Yo,
are hypocritical then in
please.
that aspect. You crap on modern players because they have the benefit of modern spacing and no hand checking, but we don't glorify. We are. We just gave them our flowers.
No,
We just
I
gave them
think
the flowers.
yeah, he
Huh?
just we said that he probably wrote that before I said that.
I just
Flea,
don't think these are the best perimeter defenders, bro. Sue me. Nothing defensive to me is going to be the best in this era. The only thing is maybe defensive versatility, which is code for motherfuckers don't have post game now, so everybody plays face up. It's like, don't even get me started, bro.
Flea
right.
is Kawhi a combination of Pippen and Jordan on defense? Besides playing the passing lanes, because you
I
got
like that a little bit.
I
got Jordan's
don't
hands.
see how that's far off. I think that's great.
Only point guards.
I like
That's
that.
fact.
I love that actually, bro.
Come on, Dime. That's hypocritical. The cream of the crop perimeter defenders today are much better than the perimeter defenders of the past. I disagree. You're not naming them. I can sit here you're just naming guys today because it's very easy to do that when we're living in 2023. There was a lot of great perimeter defenders, bro. As Flea said, it didn't switch in anything.
And what era is he talking about?
You didn't watch the games, bro. So I'm not gonna. Nah, I'm not gonna.
There's a lot of guys. Yo, hold on a second, because I do. That's tough,
you want
man.
me to start naming names? Like, do you want me to really do this? I don't think you want me to actually fucking do this.
I understand what you're saying, Don, but I'm just from because we gotta go from a broad spectrum. If you have this many skilled players in this era, the talent is way more than ever before. It's always gonna be that way as long as the sport keeps getting bigger. Yo, these defensive players are getting lost in the sauce because of the time. I get it, but there's a lot of perimeter defensive players, bro, and they're not allowed to play defense. That's major. Like, I understand his frustration with these comments right now. I get what he's saying. These are a lot of skilled defenders. They really are.
We are.
But I need to be honest with you guys. Like, in the 90s and early 2000s, you didn't see guys like Kevin Durant coming at you. You just didn't see that, right? And
but
so,
how many people are like Kevin Durant, truly like him? He's one of one.
I fully agree with you, Don, but I'm just saying, like, for the sake of the argument, both sides of the argument, right? Like, if a guy like Kevin Durant is coming at you, if a guy like Dirk Nowitzki, right, was playing in an era where now Patrick Ewing, Alonzo Mourning, David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon all got to defend this guy that operates on and around the perimeter, that would have caused challenges for them. I'm not saying that it would have been, that they wouldn't, they would have killed him or they would have cleared him out. He wouldn't have been a factor. But what I am saying, though, is that it would have been a lot more challenging to defend a guy on the perimeter, moving your feet left to right and actually, defending a guy who relies on jump shooting as opposed to back to the basket moves. So just the both sides of it, seeing a guy like Kevin Durant coming at you and you're Scottie Pippen, good luck. Good luck.
But I would throw Pippen, though. If I'm picking bodies to throw at KD, he's one of the first names I'm thinking of.
Right.
But there's only you got Pippen, Rodman, and Jordan. These are the elite guys. But
KD's got a lot of inches on Jordan, though.
Right. And to Flea's point before, there's really you're funneling them to the center, right? That's really what you're doing when you have the Bulls didn't do that because they didn't have a center, right? But that's why the next 5 to 10 years might be a new, real crazy golden era in the NBA if you're going to start to make the rules easier for the defense. Because you're going to have these skilled players on defense and offense with more leeway towards the defense.
Who says
this shit might get crazy?
Who says they're making rule changes to help defense out?
They're doing it now. They stop the stupid ass and ones.
Yeah, but that still goes on though. People get such cheap. They stopped doing it like midway through the season. Remember? I mean, I think go ahead.
They're stopping the flopping rules. There's a lot that they're taking away from the offense. Now, remember, the offense they're pushing off. They're allowed to push off. They're allowed to put their hands on you. If defenses are allowed to get to do this again, and they got all these skill, like the most talented time ever is going to keep happening every year because the pool's going to be worldwide. Okay, well, add that to having the closer to 2000 rules. I'm just saying, you always depressed, Dom. Look forward to something good. God damn it. Holy shit, man. You be fucking depressed all the time.
No, I just like this. There's not much to make me get excited about these days. At the end, what am I supposed to get excited about until the playoffs? Like, I don't know. I haven't been excited for a regular season Clippers game that I haven't attended in many years. Sean Swain said, I think most agree that defense is more physically and mentally taxing today. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's probably why shooting is so crazy. I think they just worked on shooting. Phoenix, you didn't watch, mate. You can't have a valid opinion. Yes, I'm Phoenix Gen Z. That doesn't mean I can't have hoop takes. They just might not be good. I like that response. Cool. YouTube has your back, Phoenix. Jump in those archives. You'll love it. Yeah, people don't really go at guys for their defense nowadays because it's not their fault. They're limited. People go at the offensive players are having it easier. Guys were also easier to guard back then on the perimeter, not just hinching, but they also had a lot less gravity because almost nobody shot from deep. Almost nobody. It's a little bit harsh.
Whatever with the gravity.
Certainly, you didn't have power forwards hitting threes, but you had power forwards that could actually post up. RC Cam, there's a difference. You get bailed, like we were talking about with MPJ earlier. You guys are mentally trained now to ignore the fact that a 6'10" guy is not posting up a 6'2" guy, and you guys are okay with it because you don't even see that anymore. Back in the day, they get you laughed out the fucking park.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
That is crazy. No,
Name the names. MJ would look like a joke trying to cover modern NBA spacing with no hand checking. A joke?
Yeah, you're bugging.
He hasn't watched tonight, right? It's respectfully to you, Phoenix play, but you haven't watched enough to know.
Mike.
Yeah. Not enough.
Mike was just the same way. Listen, don't get it twisted. I'm in awe of LeBron. Still, this is what he's doing now is crazy. This is crazy, but it's the same thing we saw in Mike for his whole career. That's what we get mad about. Like Mike was consistent from day one to when he retired. You're gonna be in awe when you go and watch him because he just looks like that level of player with that IQ and just trying that hard all the time on defense. Nah,
we almost hit the 3 hour.
We're done. I'm not gonna read the last ones because that last one is the end of it. I'm not gonna go any further than that. Saying he would look like a joke. We watched Kevin Durant. Does Devin Booker look like a joke? He doesn't. So Michael Jordan would be worse. Thank you. That's the end of the night. Appreciate everybody so much. Very great attendance as always. Anything else, fellas? By the way, tomorrow on my channel, Bronny James first game. I had the best seats. I had every highlight play this motherfucker made. Please watch it. That's quality. Where else are you getting this stuff? Come on.
That's dope.
All right. Have a great night, everyone.